I'm needing this morning. So now I have some electrolytes. Water before coffee is actually really good to have. With. So I mean, I do this every time. I hit start on a live. I don't mean to because I'm trying to just confirm the options. So then when I go into the office, it's all ready to go. But I hit confirm every single time. I'm feeling so tired. I just think, I don't know what times you guys want to wake up today. Because I only had about 3 hours, 2 hours sleep last night. I'm absolutely exhausted. Coffee time, sorry, one sec. I don't really know what to set my phone up on. Shit. Never prepared, am I? Right, just made this coffee. Sorry, one second. Hello. That's gonna work best just for now. Yes, I warmed it up with a microwave. Because when you're one person at home, it's pointless. Well, I'm not sure I'm gonna wake up today, guys, because I've literally had 2 hours sleep. I'm so tired today. Ugh. What was I gonna say? Shit. Yeah, I was gonna try and fingerboard really. I didn't even have a warm up, which is what I said I was gonna do because I had to do something else all the time. I was like, you know, it's already got late. I said an hour. It's been longer. Ooh, I got fine coffee. Sorry, one second. Hopefully this coffee wakes me up a little bit. I'm so tired. If not, I'll just fingerboard in silence. To be honest, I swear I did a flipping spoon. What is this? Lost all the teaspoons. No, this is just eating late. Sorry, one second. I have not. This is the final day. To be honest, so before I take like a few days off the lives, and then I'm just going to sleep for like a week. I'm so tired. It's been crazy. I'm reaching out to companies about skateboards because obviously I make skateboards and fingerboards, so I'm trying to get in contact with companies to be able to. I can't even describe how like tiresome it's been. It's been amazing. A bit tired. Hopefully this will wake me up. If it doesn't, then I don't know, probably a nap. I might actually have a 20-minute nap. You know where you're like one of those, you know, I don't know how long a grandma, I don't actually know how many use it is to be fair. Don't know too much. See? No, my brain's just not working this morning. I'm not one of those people, like, if I have a nap, I get grumpy or tired. I'm like, I swear I'm a fucking old man, like. And it's funny because obviously I'm 25 now, and it's not the way to look back, so obviously, you know, I'm still young, of course, but you do start to peak, you can look at around 25 to 35, and I'm like, yeah, I'm getting old. I think it's quite exciting in a way, because I don't wish my life away, but I think it's just, you know, as you get older, it's a nice thing to appreciate. You appreciate the time you've got, you know, running the business. I wish sometimes I had more time, but it's something that I never worry about. I think it's like an amazing process of life, to be honest. You know, I actually think that was a really good strength of coffee. It doesn't look too much. Right? Can't be doing too strong because my ADHD meds. Actually not much bad. I nearly picked up decaf. That would have been like just awful. And then I would have drunk. I probably wouldn't have even noticed as well. I just sat there making coffee, drunk it, but I'm not feeling anything. Or would it have had a placebo effect? It might also be because I need like my blood sugar up. Like, I do like 2.5 sugars because I never heat. And I don't know why I just didn't put that back into the flipping. Oh, my brain. Right, let me just get this coffee down. Hopefully it's going to wake me up. This spicy coffee. Might be a case of having 2 coffees in a row. That's good. Right. Bear with. Let's move through. I'll drop anything. So today, I've actually got some good news. I'm going to be ordering skateboards. Well, because obviously I can't press skateboards here, but I can order blank boards from somebody who presses boards like on a bigger scale, and then I'm going to put the graphic on it, and then obviously I'll have skateboards to go up on the store as well. Honestly, so stoked about it. Right. Oh, it's so cold. What's up, man? What's up? I say man, I swear people got no like the other day, and I was like, look, it's my lingo. It's just how I speak. Right, so I'm hoping this coffee is going to wake me up a little bit. I had 2 hours sleep, so there's a chance that it's not going to really do much, because it's been a really long week trying to get, because obviously there's a point, right, you don't pester, but you're consistent if you want something, right? And obviously it's funny how people want to be sponsored by me, and I love it. I'm not saying, that's not the funny part, let me get to it. But yeah, I want endorsements and stuff from bigger companies. So we're always in life trying to get, not the next thing, I guess, because I'm really happy with just having a company as it is. But I mean, funding can help, obviously, and it's not like not having to make people spend as much on the boards. Because I mean, they're cheap anyway, like some of the cheapest boards, but like some of the best quality that there are. And obviously, you can see a skateboard there in the background. I haven't finished this one up here because another practice board. We've got beanies, and I'm going to be doing. I'm wondering about doing tops again, but I'm unsure. Oh, that's good. Oh, it's pissing down. This is a perfect example, I think, of boarding. It's just ideal because, you know, let's hope, to be fair, I'm going to see my arthritis today. It's not doing too bad. It's annoying because like I realised it's like towards the end of every day after like a long day, I'm stiff in the morning, right, and then by evening I'm like agile again. It just takes a while for me to get the mobility. What time is it? It's 8:52. That's not too bad. I am pretty rusty today though. Oh, there you go, little nollie flip. coffee's just shit. So maybe it wakes me up a little bit more. I don't want to drink it too fast, or I take ADHD meds. But yesterday, I had switch flipped down perfectly. It's not. See, half rotation at the moment. See, it's annoying because I did actually want to go for a skate today, and I'm like, great. Because all week I've been working on, as I said, getting in contact with some companies, just trying to branch out really a little bit. And that doesn't mean I'm selling out, because I promised I wouldn't sell out. Right? I'm keeping everything cheap. Like the prices will remain the same. If not, trying to essentially add more. Or because I've got the 3D printer, but obviously I want to do skateboards. That is like the main. That's the thing I wanted to do. Since I couldn't skate since I had my injuries, I was like, you know what? I want to be make a skate company now. Because obviously I had injuries like compound fracture, the bone came out my arm, slip disc in my spine, tore ACLs, tore MCLs, and the amount of painkillers I got put on, I don't take them anymore. So it's just a case of it just made me like sluggish. I don't get anything done. But I was like, you know what? I'm good at art. I miss graphics, how they used to be a little bit like. I think controversials have been changed in the word, like more, just more funny, like, you know, for adults as well. Because I've looked at my target audience over the last 2 years, it's like 25 to 35. And I know obviously everyone here won't be that, but I'm saying that's the average normally. So doing graphics that I would really relate to, I would want at this age, is more realistic. And there's just no companies doing some edgy graphics anymore, especially on skateboards. It's not edgy, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not offensive or anything. It's just because people take that as like, oh, so if it's edgy, it's got to be offensive. And well, not really. I'm like, perfect example. It's like in the UK, you didn't get anything that had oak leaves on it, right? I have medical rock, you just didn't get it. No clues, nothing. And I get people go, oh, it's tacky in the UK, and some people go, it's tacky. Well, cool, but there's some people that do want that. There's some people that would like a more intricate graphic, like this sunset, right? It's just about like, because I like this one too. It's like I draw my graphics on my iPad. I only draw graphics I feel like have like maybe like dark comedy to it, slapstick humor, or you know, is it like tongue in cheek? Yeah, all those different types of comedy. You know what I mean? The old type rather than just like not necessarily innuendo, because I always think that one's like a little bit hit and miss because fingerboarding and skating can be for kids. So I'm like, that one is a little bit like, no. And I'm not promoting anything either at all. I think it's the opposite. It's about saying, obviously I'm sober, I don't drink alcohol myself. I'm kind of really against it. I think society's been brainwashed into drinking, think it's okay. Like, it's a neurotoxin. But I won't get into that one. It's too early to start like going at people for that one, you know what I mean? But personally, just like, all I can say is it made my mental health worse. You know, yes, it's a blanket at times. It's nice. It's a relief. But I didn't get anything done. I wasn't productive. And if you want to be a productive person in life, right, drinking is just not the way. Because every time I've tried to do any work, I don't drink anymore. When I did try to like have a little drink and work a bit, I did not get anything done. It was terrible. But yeah, as I said, you just drinking for me. I don't want to get into it. Like, people have their own thing. You know what I mean? Like, my adopted parents still drink, but my dad does. So I'm not knocking it, but you know, I just feel like. For at one point in my life, I was like, why am I struggling so much mentally? And like, no one ever pointed out, hey, it's probably just that. You know what I mean? And fair enough, when I got sober and stuff, because I was skating, and I was more sober when I was skating. Obviously, when I had my injuries, and they were severe to the point of like, you know, I'm sorry, a slip disc in the spine or a herniated disc or whatever you want to call it, makes me sit like this on the chair all the time, because sitting upright, and I know anyone else has ever had a herniated disc or knows some herniated disc will relate, it does cause discomfort, like straight down. It's like pressure. So like sitting like this or like this is way more comfortable. But then obviously this arm as well, just sometimes because of where I had a compound fracture and the bone came out of it, laying on this side can hurt more. So I'm like, oh, it's trying to. But then going this side, no one can see me. It's like the only arm I've really not. Well, I have injured it, just not as bad as everything else. But that's why I said, like, it's raining now, and this is why fingerboarding is perfect if you're getting older like me. You're 25. Because I looked it up yesterday, because I saw a thing, I was like, someone said, oh, you're 25, bro. It was a film I was watching, it was like, you know, you're not old, but imagine life is in stages. I don't want people who are younger to feel, who are a little bit older to feel bad, because I mean, you shouldn't, you know, what do you call it, 20, 30 is the new 18, isn't it, really? I mean, people look younger now, that's what I mean, people look younger than they used to. If you compare a 40-year-old now compared to a 40-year-old back in the 60s, I don't know why, but people just seem a little rougher. And there's nothing against them. Do you know what I mean? It's like you compare a lot of people. I saw a lot of videos about it. I'm like, even the men, I know we won't get into that one. But I just find it interesting how things change. I was like, people, it's not even just when people say, yeah, no, it's new. As we slightly have a longer life, because, you know, our life expectancy has gone up, you know. Expectancy? Is it low? Life, you know what I mean? Average lifespan has gone up by, I know it's gone up and down, but since the beginning of time, it's just gone up and up and up. So if you think about it, we've probably evolved to seem younger alongside that. It's one thing that no one ever really calculates. I reckon that's probably a very good point. Does that make sense? Am I explaining that right? Like, obviously, that's why people in the 60s or you know, at our age looked maybe a little bit older than we do now. Because, I mean, it's odd, because sometimes people, fair enough, some people my age look that, but there's some people that just look, I see people getting 17 that having cars on, and no way did we look that young. Yeah, I'm 25 now, so 17. It's just crazy how long ago that is to me. I know it's like, but as I say, I saw a thing, yes, I can't remember what I was watching with my partner, but it said 25, and he was talking to his brother, and he was like, at 25, bro, it's fine, you're getting older now, you know, your body does start to go the other way, and it does at 25, but I don't see it as like you start to just walk and deteriorate and turn to ash. You know what I mean? It's like you have your first birth of life, and then your second bit, and then your body starts to kind of, it's a beautiful, like, obviously natural process of life or whatever. But like being 25, I definitely feel it more. Slightly. I know it's going to get worse. And I love it when people say, oh, you don't even know the half of it. Well, what? I do. I've had a slip disc in my spine. So I don't take painkillers because it just makes me all drowsy and I can't get any work done. Brilliant. So I just wanted to clean the wheels up because, do you know what? I might actually go and get some Mr. Sheen and just a little spray, you know what I mean? And also dust. I'm going to dust it later. Sorry, I know it's albums I have to get fucking dusting. Dust, I don't care. Just speaking to myself here. I'm just processing the day. I'm just waking up with it. I'm so tired. Oh. So, as I was going to go for a skate, it started to piss it down, which is lovely. Always does that. As I managed to find bearings that worked on my skateboard as well. Just for now though, they're so old. I go through them all because having a business, right? People think, you're rich. It's the opposite, bro. Poor as anything. Right. One sec. What am I looking for? Some of my brain's not working today. J-cloth, that's it. Oh, perfect. Actually found a dusting cloth. Looks new as well. Or is that two? It must be. It's probably out of a pack. I was going to show people this again. So do people think my partner should go into... This is the first blanket she's ever done, patchwork-wise, yeah? Just going to shout out to her. I think it's incredible. I think she was like, I'm so good at art in this, but she's like, she's good at nothing. Not good enough, you know, I mean, the art side. She's great at maths, but I'm like, I really do think for a first... I can do that. I mean, there's felt inside it properly, and I mean, it's for her niece. Her niece, yeah. I just think it's sick. Wool is a chair there, I mean. But I was thinking, she can actually then design, because obviously I have beanies and tops and stuff, and if she can do that with patchwork, I was like, she could just design like such as my beanies. I'm not going to pull that down, that's all good. And then she'd done this just from patches. I think it's so cool. Look, I generally couldn't do that. I know I can like design graphics, put heat transfer onto things, but my point is, I'm just trying to get my partner to like do that as a hobby because I don't think she realises how good she is at it. Do you know what I mean? I think it's incredible. Anywho, 1 second, I'm just going to slightly move the coffee out of the way, that'd be a disaster. Get a blast of like Mr. Sheen in my coffee. I actually love coffee. So literally, I know it's bad, like people say it's bad, it's good, whatever, but I don't drink alcohol. Coffee is my thing now. Like, it always was slightly, but I don't drink alcohol. I got sober because it's funny how I call it alcohol. Like, I don't know what people say anymore. It's like, I just don't drink. But when I say drink, I'm like, because I don't drink alcohol at all. I hear I don't drink is like I don't drink water. That sounds dumb, right? Does that make sense? If I was to drink alcohol and went, or was to drink alcohol sometimes, but I don't really drink, you are referring to alcohol. But if you're not I used to be an alcoholic. I don't drink anymore. So I don't think I don't drink is, if I heard that, it'd be like, what, you don't drink water? Because alcohol's now out of my brain as much as possible. It's very weird. Helen, I'm welcome. People get what I mean there. Am I making sense? Might sound a bit stupid. But yeah, that's why I call it, I don't drink alcohol. People are like, alcohol, how old are you? I'm like 25. I used to say drink. Get beer, bevy, cold one, whatever. You know what I mean? But now things just change. And the thing is, I can talk about it and stuff, because a lot of people can't go through that process. But where I started a business and I'm focused, you will always hear people say, you know, you go rehab, you go retreat, you come back, you do this, go back to the same environment, the same people. How is that going to help your mindset? You need to go and do something new, branch out, you know, explore the world. All that money you're spending on the other stuff, you could buy a bloody house with a mortgage, travel instead. Detox and travel. I want to add, I didn't come from a rich family. I literally come from what they call it, a council rat, that people call me on there before, which is really funny. Like, when people say humble beginnings, is that what they call it? And I mean, obviously, terrible childhood. I was homeless as well. So I don't want people sitting there going, oh, I was with mum pay for it, because I know I'll get to a point in a minute. Am I doing too much of this? I have no idea. Are you meant to spray into the cloth, or does... It's funny because as well, as like I say, I was self-taught, and that's why I like to tell people, because I feel like I want people to realise anything is possible. You know, with art. Well, I kind of watch my brothers, but all I say is my parents were junkies, and that they kept my mum come from Romania, and why is my brain not working at the moment? My mum come from Romania. Like, my dad come from Romania, my mum come from South Africa. Bro, why did my brain get that then? I'm so stupid. Not even today. It's like 2 hours sleep and I'm done. Oh, now I want to dust everything. Bear with. Why not? It's a spring clean, isn't it? Like, we're still in spring. Spring's clean, I love it. It's like a spring clean. Can I break the spring clean up for through the whole of spring? Spring's a long time. Ish. I mean, it's longer than a day in it. I think my voice is breaking, which is peak. Because like I always say to people, I have to put on like a slightly, like, you're right, I can't do it now, that's why I'm getting a sore throat. I have to put on like a high-pitched voice, just because people can't hear really what I'm saying. Like, my partner will be like, what, pun? And then she'll be like, oh, my gran can't hear you and stuff like that, you need to speak up. And I'm like, it's because when you've got a deep voice, people struggle to hear it more. So I've got to add a higher pitch to it. It's such a pain in the ass, man. And I've just realised yesterday it's breaking again and again. And obviously it happens as you get older, right? I'm 25, relatable, yeah. I've got arthritis, I've slipped the disc in my spine, a lot of injuries. But, so obviously I'm going to feel pain a little bit more at my age, I guess. But I'm not complaining, believe me, let me get to the point. I'm not complaining. Because I'm happy, I loved skating, I loved what I did. The funny part about, I think it all, is I was watching, I remember what it is now, it was at The Middle yesterday, the sitcom, and it was like, where Axel was like, oh yeah, he's 25, and Rick said, well yeah, that's actually 25 to 35 is kind of roughly when it starts, you know, really losing your physical peak. And obviously I slipped the disc in my spine anyway, tore my MCL, so I was already injured anyway, but I got out of bed the other day and I was like, oh, whoa. And I know it annoys older people, but please let me not just get to 80, right, for 1 minute, because every person's like, oh, you're young. The next generation will say you're young, and I'll be like, in comparison, yes. But are we young? Young is like 18, 15, teenage years. When you are 25, going on 30 years old, you are not young anymore. You are getting towards middle age. If 75 or 70 is roughly about how long average life is, obviously 25 is nearly half your life. So it really annoys me that the older generation's like, you're still young. I'm like, in comparison, yes. But I've also said, slipped the disc in my spine, tore my ACL, had a compound fracture, which is where the bone came out my arm. So I'm so riddled with injuries anyway, beyond belief. I'm so riddled with injuries. As I said, I'm not complaining about it, but it just, when I'm sat there, I struggle because I understand it as young people, they're all like ignorant and stuff. Well, some people, but where I've had injuries like a slipped disc in my spine and all, severe injuries, let's just say that, right? That's easy to say. Where I had severe injuries and sometimes I may need to sit down because, like, where I tore my ACLs or slipped disc in my spine and it's grinding, then, fair enough. As I say, people say, oh, you're still young. And I'm like, yeah, in comparison I am. But I feel like young's like 15, maybe 18 you could say, or even young is like teenage years. When you're near, 5 years off of 30, and then in 10 years time, I'm not wishing my life away. I think growing up's an amazing thing, but it really makes me laugh because someone's always like, nah, you're still young. That's what Doreen's saying to Maureen when Doreen's 70 and she's 60. It's just like an opinion and just in comparison, do you know what I mean? That's a fair point. But you can't sit there and say, no, you're still young, because by saying that, people then don't do anything with their lives because they think, I've got all the time in the world. I'm still young, without realising you've technically lived half your life, right? That's the truth of it. I think that's the brainwash part, in a way. People want to go about aliens and stuff, yeah, cool. Some of it's like dramatic, but they do want you to just fill your life with crap and not realise stuff like that. Body starts falling apart. Do you know what? That actually makes sense, to be fair, because as I said, I was watching The Middle yesterday. I know I'm like talking about a lot lately, but it's because I'm so bored of modern programs, and like that's just, I haven't properly watched all of it, and it's just now on like Netflix or something. So I was like, we'll watch it with my partner. We end up just watching episodes when we're eating or whatever. And he was talking about Axel being 25, and he's like, that's when you start to like, your body just starts degrading and stuff like that again, like old and breaking down. And it's funny because the other day I went to get out of bed, and as I said, my back, I was like, oh. And I've already said this in my spine, but it's been a little bit easier to deal with, but I just felt a bit more, it was a little slightly more noticeable. Slightly. And I've always said to people, I'm not expecting myself, I'm not saying that I'm going to be walking and falling apart like into ash and then I'm just gone. Like the Sandman from, why have I got flipping, like the Sandman from Spider-Man 3 where he's walking and he just turns to like nothing. I'm not expecting that to happen. I'm 25 and now like, it's almost like bursts of life in it. You've got like this period and then you get these bursts of like different periods in your life. And I always think, reason people now look younger, have you ever wondered why people 50 years ago looked older, younger? I think it's because as our life expectancy has gone up, lifespan, that's it, not life expectancy, lifespan has gone up. Just not, I know it goes up and down, but since the start of time, it has gradually just really kind of gone up. It kind of goes maybe back down, but back up, you know what I mean? But through that, would we not then, our bodies realise we're living longer and then actually also evolve to be younger with every generation, so we don't feel as decrepit and old? Because it's got to be hard living 30 years feeling broken. But the funny thing is, I also feel like more broken at my age than people would say who are older. Like, oh, you don't know any. And I was like, so what, at your age, you didn't get cracky knees? I mean, I can stand up and do that, and it's like crack, like the whole room, look. And I know I've had injuries in my knees, but I've known people that have this similar thing at like my age, or even a little bit, maybe a little bit older, a little bit younger. And I'm like, yeah, like, they didn't have that. And that's probably like, well, it's probably the fluoride in the water and just it's a combination of everything in it, really. Medication, testing, and. But my point is, you just got to live your life. That's the whole thing. Because I see so many people just, watching a video, yeah, I live my life, and and they save it and they like it or whatever and share it. Well, they don't, I've already truthfully travelled a lot. As I said, I've been to Australia, I've been to South America, I've been through Europe, and now it's not like I want to retire, but I was homeless. I had a chaotic life. Like, I'm not complaining. I've got a business now, and I kind of just want to chill. But I can't recommend it enough to other people. Open my mind, really. I feel like the more small-minded and closed-minded you are, not always, but potentially, you've just not experienced enough. And you need to broaden your view on life. It really is. I already had a board review, that's why I was like, I just can't. Like, part of my family's had come from Johannesburg. Extremely rough there. It's probably one of the most crazy things I've ever witnessed, really. Just, I mean, I'd arguably say it's probably on a par with like Chicago. You know what I mean? We just constantly hear, I'm like, no. Yeah, I agree, man. It is crazy, isn't it? And people look at you like, oh, I'm like, mate, I literally felt 16 like a few years ago. Don't even go there. You wait. Just you wait. You realise how, like, is it fickle? I don't know. Time is a fickle, like, I don't know what it's so small. Like, it just goes in the blink of an eye. And it's even worse when you look back at it because time goes real slow. Like, there's so many times in my life I wish I didn't wish away. And I embrace every minute now, even when I'm down. I think it's why I don't feel as depressed anymore, because I'm like, well, at least I'm still breathing in some aspect, do you know what I mean? And I don't know what, is it because I've got double D's? Is that what it's giving that impression? I'm joking, but yeah. I was like, my partner's straight, so I'm pretty sure that makes me straight. I was like, actually, that doesn't make a difference. I was like, newsflash to my girlfriend, that really shocked her, wouldn't it? I love her to be like, you know, girlfriend. And that's going to be the next one that pops up on this comment. It always does. Maybe it doesn't now, because I've called it out, but I don't know. I actually find the days where people don't try and say anything sometimes a bit boring. I mean, not always, because sometimes it's nice and peaceful. But I mean, if no one talks, I would rather sometimes have somebody just be like, you know, try and say something. Because I feel like sometimes the lessons learned then. I know people go, oh, they don't care. But I'm like, I don't think you realise that subconscious in the human brain is so easily manipulated, right? And it's not about manipulating, but if they've got like a really messed up worldview and you just sit there and go, well, whoa, just think about this for a sec. I'm not saying I have the best worldview. I think most people will agree with me. Just want peace. If you can't agree with each other, just leave each other alone. I think that's a very common approach to things. I mean, there's plenty of space on the planet to, you know, stay away from each other. But for some reason, I mean, it's obvious. I mean, we won't get into that one. We won't. Any injustice, I would fight against. Probably because, like, as I said, being homeless or like the treatment of addicts as well in society is disgusting. Because I mean, some people, granted, but you know, some of them could have like really fell on hard times. Like their wife cheated on him with their best friend. He found out, but she, like, you know, I don't know, she's locked the door, like she's kicked him out. And then he's trying to fight a battle, but while he's trying to fight a court case, he's now living on the street or in a car, cold, can't shower, can't wash, and then is depressed. And what's he going to do? Turn to a bottle? And that's exactly, like, do you know what I mean? Oh, that's why I was just saying in life, you should also be happy with yourself, have the perfect hobbies, and like, you know what you're doing too. I don't even know what that is. Is that a HDMI cable? I thought it was quite funny because it's like HDMI at the end, and no, I'm not. What's that? Is that liberal or I do not give a shit, to be honest with you. I care about people's feelings, but I mean, people need to, and vice versa, need to care about other people having an opinion too. Like, this is how the world works, but clearly not. I'm not a snowflake if that's what you're implying, no. So I don't keep wiping it, but I keep seeing these little smudges. It's like glue on the desk. I'm like, am I just gonna get like, how am I gonna get this off? Scratch it? Leave this on it for a while? Nah, leave it on there for a while. Relief. Well, to be honest with you, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the world being like it is. I mean, I actually have a trans sibling who is absolutely sick of it too. It's like, what's going on? Why can't we all just... And at the end of the day, it's like... Because, I mean, it's not... You know, you live your life. We all live our lives. Don't make a big deal of anything. We all have to get day to day, get by. This is life. Life is not easy. Right? You know what I mean? But no, I don't know. What's the difference? Is it liberal? I don't even flipping know. I'm not mega, whatever they call it. I don't believe in that, but I'm also not that. I'm not this. Is it obtuse? What's the thing where the circles meet? That's not that, is it? That's a different word. Who knows? But like, I'm not even. I'm sort of there, but I'm sort of like. But I'm designing a new graphic, which is like the red pill and the blue pill. I'm against this red pill like manosphere thing, only for a major reason. But you see, it's like I don't want juice mummy. I don't want a juice bar. I don't want a juice bar mummy. Like at the end, I'm like, bro, that is the most embarrassing thing. You're not gonna live that down. And the funny thing is, then people see that as a man, but I'm like, bro, he's being like that, shaving his head off to be like Andrew Tate, being like, not being his own person. Do people not see that? The contradictions? Or like, no respect for women, I mean, just seriously. And so I'm against that, because I feel like at the end of the day I have a partner and I love her. So if you love somebody, why wouldn't that also be a nice person? You know what I mean? Simple as. And this whole world's like, you can be nice and apologise if you say something to offend somebody. Someone doesn't need to be cancelled. Somebody doesn't need to then have this whole backlash. It's like, why is there so much drama over the tiniest, pettyless things? Like, just, you know, look at comedy. It's changed so much as well. And I love old comedy. New comedy is crap. Got tiptoe around everything. And what's the point in that? I mean, I have my own triggers that I get offended by. You know what I mean? Like, and seriously, I do. Like, as a kid, I said that abusive childhood, homeless, someone tried to set me on fire. I got attacked multiple times, lost mates. But I understand comedy's comedy. And if there's a particular comedian that does a particular type of sketch I don't like, I just don't go to it. It's like common sense, isn't it? You don't need to, well, I don't like that guy. Other people can't enjoy it either. I'm just going to ruin all their fun. No, just don't go. Don't watch the video if you know you're not going to like it. Just get on with your life. It's not even almost, it is easier to just move on. Believe me. Because you're not going to ruin anything. Because I feel like people don't realise by trying to do the cancel culture thing now actually just makes people snap back so much harder. Because people even sick. Everyone's sick of it themselves. There's like a growing number of on all, well, obviously on one side, but on all sides is just, as I said, my two siblings. To be fair. Hello, welcome. Life is hilarious. It is. It's one of those like funny dark jokes. Do you know what I mean? It's like. But I'm sorry, that is funny. That's like LGBT HDMI. I love that. HDMI 1 or HDMI 2. Oh, bro, that's funny. That's giving me a laugh today, straight up. Not very absorbent today. I thought you're meant to wash the cloths, aren't you, isn't it? Oops. Have I sprayed the table too much as well? Probably no, me. It's just me like unleash half a bottle of flipping polish on it. It's flipping sick of dust everywhere. It's like, obviously because I make boards and stuff, that's kind of going to happen, but I end up waking up with like the most stuffiest nose on it. And to be fair, I'm sure my partner does too. So. I might make another coffee, to be honest with you guys, I'm feeling it. And then I'll also, after this, I've got a few things to sort out, website bill to pay for, because luckily it's payday today, and then so I'm going to come off live, do a few bits, have a warm up. Oh, what else am I going to do? Order some more wood, so I've got some more boards to make, because I want to like pump them out now. We're getting as many boards out as we can. We literally went from 250 followers on this account, right? So I got to like, 4K on my other platform, and then it done a number on me, right, for some reason. It's sorted out now, but it just went weird. I think it was when that changeover happened, and America bought it. But I was like, you know what, I'm going to come over here, show this platform some love. And it's because I'm never about views, but it just generally felt like it wasn't going anywhere. And obviously you still want people to see it in a way, and like, because obviously it's a company and it's about promotions. I was like, this platform clearly not going to work for that. But I was like, oh well. And then I came back to it and posted, and obviously some came up. But the fact we went from 250 followers to 1.04k in like 3 weeks is really, really good on this platform apparently. And I mean, obviously, yeah, there's people that grow it more, but this is a niche. So I can't thank you guys enough. It's been incredible. Even if you don't like fingerboarding, people just like as I say, the personality. I don't understand why. I mean, if you're British, definitely not. I feel like Americans like me more because they're like, oh, you're just British. I can get away with that fact. I'm like, yay, I just used that, the Brit card. It's me. Everyone loves a good friendly Brit that's drinking tea, right? Maybe not. But my point is, people like friendly Brits because a lot of them are known as knobs. So I'm just like, hey, I also ship my product around the world and fastest growing fingerboard company, skate company in the UK. So that is also because of you guys. I don't understand other companies when they mess their customers over. I mean, deep down, I do because they're trying to make money. But I mean, it's unethical. It's wrong. And I people are like, oh, boring. But I mean, why is it boring if it helps out the customers? I just think it's not about money. You can't take it with you when you're gone. You know what I mean? It's just pointless. Just having a stable base. I mean, if you mess people over as well, people are just going to be like, well, cool, piss off then. Like, that's what I would do anyway. That's what I do when I see companies mess me over. I'm not sticking around. And other companies, like, it takes so long for people to actually start really seeming to get affected and not actually, I don't know, it's just a pain. Legitness takes a while to be recognised. Obviously now I've had, like, as I said, I think it's 40 customers I counted, but obviously a lot of them are returning customers. I think 4 or 5 of them are from the US, which is pretty cool. So I mean, you know what, in the US, it's like they can get their boards so much easier. There's like fingerboard stores, and like, why would they come to my shop to order it in the UK? Probably because that's what I'm thinking. Is it because it's from the UK? It's like a fingerboard. It's like all the way from the UK. It's got the UKCA packaging on it. It's, you know, it's all handmade. I'm a skater too. I feel like people rate that part because a lot of fingerboard. I'm not saying fingerboards don't always skate, or a lot of skaters might fingerboard on the side, but like to have both, to skate, to fingerboard. I learned fingerboard in a year while doing 400 graphics and 700 fingerboards. I can't believe it myself, man. How did I do that? No wonder I'm so burnt out, because I've just made the website as well. The following is all thanks to you guys. It wouldn't have been, you know, without you, I wouldn't have got to this point. I mean, I would have made a skateboard and a fingerboard, but I probably got to a point with like 40, 50 boards and be like, right, I can't make any more, don't have enough money for this. But yeah, it's crazy. And then I got in a rut, like, okay, these got to get better and better. And obviously we've got glowing dart boards now, and like the first thing when you look up skate addiction on the internet, well, obviously not, you'd think that'd be obvious, right? Just put skate addiction. But it didn't. It came up NHS. It came up with everything. It came up with Reddit things about skate addiction before it even came up with my website. And it took like a whole year to get to the top. Obviously, it will do. And now it's just under NHS. If you're in the UK, I don't know if you've got one in the US. That's equivalent, because it says addiction in it. It needs to, because it's just like, oh, you know, it's like a safety standard, I guess. It's like, if you're addiction, I'm like, what, skate? Like, be smart here. But anyway, if you also Google, that's one. Google. I want to say Alex. People are like, it's not Google, bro. It's like search up. Or if you look at, I don't know, look up in your search bar. Oh man, it's funny. Sorry. If you look up the Safari, Google, whatever you bloody use, yeah, glow in the dark fingerboards, not the sponsored ones, the ones underneath, which are done by like people going onto a website. Is about like how many people go through, how many people look at the product, how many people bought it, and mine is like the 4th product under like a few Black River products, which I'm like, that's one of the main companies, and we've done that in a year, and I'm like, I couldn't be happier. As I said, when I said controversial graphics, I meant like this. It's not controversial. They're just slightly more funny. And yeah, there's literally, as I say, my main audience is 25 to 35, right, around my age. And I literally started my age at like 10 years up from now. So I just feel like I can't control. I do say there's like, it is for adults. You know what I mean? I make it, skate addiction's a little bit of an unhinged anyway. You can't be for everybody. And I'm like, it's best to make slang that you click with, because you understand it better. I like, yeah, even though we were kids, all of us, right, you kind of forget. And like, do you know what I mean? It depends who you are as a person. If you have that very, like, I have a very straight, blunt mindset about things. I'm like, okay, this is kind of funny, that's good comedy. Like, I miss the old blind ball, like, what, I'm trying to think of graphics. There's just graphics that used to be like unhinged or funny or just a bit like, now it's just like, I don't know, it's Bluey and Cocomelon. I'm not saying it actually is, but you know what I mean? Like, Pickle Rick, fair enough, that's a quite cool ball, but at the same time, like, that's like, or, I don't know, they're just shit. Graphics have dipped, bro. Like, seriously, they've dipped, and it's actually gutting. I mean, even this one, it's not finished, but with the Highland cows that I've done, with a little sheesh around it, I already like this more than any graphic on the market. And I'm probably biased there because I made the ball, but still, it's a point in it. And also, as I say, it's a sale on, by the way. If you check the last video, was it our last one? It's one where I'm talking about the product. At the end, there's a QR code. If you can't find the link to my website because people struggle, you can just screenshot it and it boom, has a QR code. You can get beanies. My main plan was to, once I couldn't skate anymore because I injured myself really badly and slipped disc in my spine, tore ACLs, MCLs, compound fracture in my arm, all these. I was like, that's it, I can't skate anymore. Was an addict. Skipped past that point. 8 years later, started drawing again, and I was like, you know what, I can actually sponsor other people. And I always wanted a thrasher that was affordable, like almost at the time I'd had a dupe. I don't care, as a kid, they didn't call them dupes at that time, but like a knockoff brand, you know what I mean? I don't know, but I couldn't ever get anything like that, and because I grew up in care. But then I've decided, like, why not just, it's wool, it's like wool or polyester or like a bit of cotton, and you're expecting people to pay like 50, 30, 40 pounds, like, what is that? That's just a piss take. No, it's the name, bro. No, you can't, I feel like the way I'm doing this branding is it's a brand because it's like Skate Mart. I mean, like, it's not Skate Mart, Skate Addiction, but we've got skateboards, fingerboards. I've made a new type of wheel. which I will actually, the glows in the dark, it doesn't wear down like urethane as much, so I'm hoping it, but that's on a fingerboard so far, so I need to test it on a skateboard. So I've got a 3D printer, a big 3D printer over there. I'm going to 3D print a mold that I can pour into, and instead of 24 hours like urethane takes to set, this takes like 10-15 minutes to set. So it's going to be so much easier and quicker to make it of mass for people, and actually it'd be cheaper, because the only reason a lot of people do charge more, you shouldn't charge for the time it's left in the mold, but a lot of people do add a little bit like, oh, it's kind of ball ache waiting this long between, like, because they're like, but it's not your fault or their fault that the mold, like, it takes so long to cure. That's just nature, that's just how it is. So it's about eliminating that time of like how things, you know, to cure, because that price does come off in it. Obviously there is no way a wheel you pour into a mold with some liquid you mixed, take it out, boom, £60. That doesn't, what is that? How does that even make sense to me? Like, the reason my boards are like, the glow in the dark ones you can get right now for £15 in a mystery pack, but they're normally 45. But the reason they're 45 is there's 3 hours of sanding, an hour or two of drawing. You know, I got to spray it down. There's a lot of materials that go into it. I hand sand them, so I get carpal tunnel. Well, I feel like I'm getting carpal tunnel, but you know, I hand sand a lot of it. And that's standard price anyway, but I put more effort into the graphics, the design. The fact that glow in the dark ones on other companies are normally more expensive, but the fact that I always offer deals like mystery packs. And the reason I like mystery packs is I grew up in a time where you had Yu-Gi-Oh cards, well, you still do, but Pokemon cards, Go-Go's. Yeah, my adopted mum brought these back like a year or so ago. She was like, do you remember these? It's a bit nostalgia. I don't know if you had them in other countries. I know they're in Europe. But anyway, I'm sidetracking. My point is, it was about collecting stuff, and you never would, like, now if you wanted to buy, I know it's different because they're collectible, but I couldn't charge people the same price per board in a mystery pack, because what's the point? You might as well spend the same money and get a board you know you're going to get. So I like that surprise, that element. So normally a board's 35 for a graphic or 42 to 45 for a glow in the dark board. But the mystery pack, which is, these ones are 20 normally. So it's like you save at least, you're getting at least a £15 saving on a minimum. But to me, that is the cost of the art. And like I said, I sometimes want to be able to do art and give it away for free, because like Banksy is the only real example I can give. You don't want money for his art. Sorry, I'll read the chat 1 second. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm in a flow here. But yeah, I will. That's why I want to be able to do it, because it's a way of me being able to. For the 20, it's for the wood and the time I'm spending making the boards. That's it, really. So people are just getting a good deal. Do you know what I mean? I just don't want people to have to constantly spend so much money. Being nice to your customers is a way to keep your customers too, right? Sorry, bro. Now I read them. That was rude of me. Wait, what? Enjoy your trip, bro. Sorry, I'm just going to realize this is slightly odd. Oh. That's it. I'm all spoken out. I'm all done. Oh. So I get really bad pains from my spine. It's like jolting. Where I slip the disc in my spine and have, like, I don't know, it's got this trapped nerves, it damaged my nerves. I get these weird shooting pains that come up from that point up to the back of my head, and it feels like an electric spark. It's kind of weird. You know, first time I felt it, I think I actually fell over, because it was like, what was that? But that's why I'm on this stuff, pregabalin, because it's a nerve, you know, it stops seizures too and stuff like that. You know, what's up, man? But it actually wins me. That's how I know it's a physical feeling, because I lose breath. It's like, oh, bro, wow. But yeah, I'm good, man. So what's good? So yeah, so I skate every day still, but like, truthfully, fingerboarding, well, it normally is. It's been a blessing. I didn't realise growing up you could do tricks on a fingerboard. I actually didn't realise you could. Why am I so shit right now? I was doing so good earlier, bro. I'm going to upload a video because I've got some gutting news, right? It's not news, story. So last night I spent hours recording a full-on video, and wait. See, that's a funny question because I've actually been pronounced before. I've had an NTE and I got resuscitated, so yeah, funny that. But I mean, they were severe injuries. But anyway, my point is, so I got to walk off. Sometimes I say it just hurts, feels like a trapped nerve in there. Oh, what was I getting at, bro? Oh yeah, yesterday I recorded so many clips, and do you know sometimes on an iPhone you can record in slow mo and you can go into settings and edit the speed, right? I was trying to do that, and it wasn't working. Like trying to load the video up, it wasn't. You know, it comes up with the little thingy, the little eye icon at the bottom, and it's got like a eye in it with a circle. And you click on it, it's like information. It's like, oh, too many like frames, not enough like quality for video or some shit. So I'm like, okay, restart. It doesn't. Sometimes I've deleted it, restored the video from recently deleted, and it's worked. But I went to recently deleted, and instead of clicking on restore, I clicked on delete and deleted all of them. I mean, hours and hours. And I got some of the cleanest tricks I ever got on the fingerboard yesterday. And I know I'm going to get them again because, hello man, welcome. So I just couldn't believe it. Absolutely, yeah, it was. I was like, I couldn't. I'm alive. He's alive. But no, yeah, it was one of those moments I sat there and I was like, oh shit, man, I just deleted everything, you know, because I was trying, because I went into CapCut to edit it. And I was like, wait, where are the videos? I was like, oh, they've just recently, no favourite, right? No, they would be in recent. And then I realised, I was like, oh shit, I deleted them, but I didn't click on restore. I clicked on delete. Oh man, but it was so clean. So I got like I'm going to get it back right today because it was, I got the craziest trick yesterday. I can't even remember what I got. I got like double switch flip to overcrooked and then like a fakey flip out. Oh, is that fakey? No, it'd be a switch nollie, wouldn't it? Yeah. So that's what I mean. Skateboarding can mess you up. Yeah, for sure, man. So I will get there. It's funny though. It's one of those things that you're like, crap. It's because I was so tired. And I was like, I know I need sleep at the moment. I'm just overworking myself. But sometimes you've got to, but not too much. Because if you actually overwork yourself, the quality of your work will just be naff. That's also the truth of it. Right? There's a level where you need to give yourself like obviously a break. But I feel like yesterday I actually didn't fingerboard necessarily too long to the point where I'm feeling now like what Sunday. I don't know if anyone has this. Different with skateboarding personally. I don't get this on a skateboard. Well, actually, no, with some tricks. Some tricks are easier Sundays than other days. Some days I go to try and do a kickflip and I'm like, why can I not do a kickflip? And then I go to do a switch flip and I'm like, great. It's so weird. Is it like, did I lay on one leg in the night? And do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Is one more achy or something than the other? It's stiffer. It's been like, I have no idea. It's so confusing. Who knows? I just wonder if other people have the same thing. I think the same happens with fingerboarding as well. Like some days, I literally will not get any nollie flips. I will continue to like now. Bro, I bloody jinxed myself. Great. Where did you get? Oh, I make them. I make the board. Sorry, this is what I mean. I never really. I feel like I never explained that well enough. But to me, I'm not about trying to be like, hey, buy my product. So I designed the graphics on my iPad. This is the most recent one that's going up. It's like this nice little noir sunset with the palm trees. But yeah, so I get Canadian maple. It's just I also make stands. It's one of my stands, Skate Addiction one. I made skateboards too. I made tops, beanies, jumpers, ramps, kickers, wheels. Let me try. Actually, I'll bring this box down for one. So these are the Skate Addiction wheels I made. They glow in the dark. Thank you. Yeah, so I mean, I never explain that, so people are like, oh, cool, you know, you get that. No, that's what I mean by I work so hard, because I design a website, you know, I've created a business, but I'm sorry, I never explain enough, but I feel like I'm not a person like, yeah, I've got a business. I'm like, yeah, I like skateboarding. How's everyone's day doing? Like, I'm more humble about it, really. But then it's by saying you're humble, were you humble? I don't really know. Semi-humble, I guess. You know what I mean? I think trying to say it to sell all the time is just a bit not real. I mean, like, life is not about chasing money all the time. Sometimes it's about making connections, a community and stuff like that. But yeah. So when I read it, I know you're probably it's sincere, but I love it because it's like, that's nice. And like in the UK, it's like, that's nice. I feel like that probably not anymore, but it was a thing where you say like take the piss out or petal. That was a good one. So this is a multi-pack of wax. Everything's UKCA tested as well. Got QR codes on there to take you to the website. So the packaging actually starts off like this. I do the packaging here too, because it makes it cheaper for you guys. Because, well, for me, so it means I can charge less, rather than actually going, it's a shortcut and then still charging the same price. You know what I mean? So that's what other companies would do. If they manage to figure out a way to do something, they could do it, but they're lazy as well. Like, this is a good example of laziness. A lot of YouTubers, and I'm not put it this way, they go, "I so tiring." I tell you what, making videos, which I've done on my other platform for like 2 years, is not tiring. You know what I mean? It isn't. See, a little bit, but nothing like a 9 to 5. I've worked a 9 to 5 many times. At 25, I've had many jobs since I was 14. But they do print on demand, which is, you know, like, so why their shirt's like 40, 50 quid, like YouTubers, where this one I done would be a £5 because I do it myself. And that's like a Shein top or a Primark top price, and it's like, because it's part of this brand, but it doesn't have to then be excessive. And also, you got to remember, skateboarders rip tops and shoes, and like there's no tomorrow. So to me, I'm not going to go and charge people. Like, my jumpers is this, I just feel like being a skater, I understand. And this is why I want to try and make my boards as affordable as possible. Like £60-70 for a new board with a new graphic, that's crazy. You know, when you got board on reduce for like 40, or like that's what I want my boards to be at constantly, if possible. I just got to see what I can do about this. So, you know what I mean? Because to me, it is about being authentic. I don't need to carry loads of money with me. But yeah, so I don't do print on demand. I print the tops myself, like I do with the beanies and well, everything. Because to me, it's the work you put into it. You know what I mean? It's then more authentic. It's real. I think if you just send off to a print on demand, then you literally just get a bit of money, and they get the money, they print it, and they send it off. Like, you are doing absolutely nothing. Maybe you designed it. Fair enough. There might be some people that design the. Actually, I rolled out the t-shirt designs. But as I say, from ground up, website, everything. And I hope to inspire other people to do the same thing as well. But I'm sorry, I never say it enough that, you know, I have a business, because, as I say, to me, oh, that's funny. Oh, you know that, is it Manosphere or Menosphere? Bro, honestly, stupidest. I'm sorry, right, I've got to say it. For me, I have a business, so people talk about, like, men, like, yeah, fair enough, I'm not rich, but I'm so happy every day. They look miserable trying to defend themselves every single minute. Do you know what I mean? And that was just funny. Sorry, I shouldn't get into that. See, I'm not. Yeah, I see it as misfortune that actually like be like that. I like seeing it, and they're like, oh, you know, I was hit. I went through a very traumatic childhood. I've got complex PTSD and everything like this, and they're like, oh, so I'm like, the reason you now are abusive is because you got hit once. Were you hit hard enough? And that's a dark joke to make, but still, I'm sorry. Is it even a joke? Like, these people are sometimes like. I'm talking about the Menosphere thing here, right? By the way, it made me laugh so hard. Do people not have mums or people like that? You know, sisters. Like, where's the respect on people? But anyway, so the graphics. Load up, please. Here you go. So this is. I can't show that one off yet because I haven't shown my partner. So that's like the Palm Beach graphic that I've done. So yeah, literally, where's the ball gone? Obviously, I don't know, it's flipped when I've printed them, but yeah, that's the same graphic. Obviously, it came out slightly darker, which is annoying, but they do that. It's like come out like 3 times darker than they should do on direct to film, which is, don't ask me why. But yeah, what was I going to say? My brain's not working today, guys. I feel like I don't know how I can make it any more. It's not in a rude way, but like obvious to people that I do actually have my own company, like by having packaging up there, by having boards, by having a board that says Addiction 2, and then also Skate Addiction Workshop. I don't know, I feel like I understand people not linking the dots straight away, but then when people start to think, what is this person doing? I personally look at the profile, not click on it, but I'll look at it and go, oh, maybe he's got his own business. But people do this thing where they ask before they speak, and I'm like, people are respectful, like as I said earlier, that was respectful, and someone's like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, where'd you get the board from? That's cool. That's a good way of doing it. People come in and go, get a job. And I'm like, well, arguably, I'd always say as well, like, how are you watching my life? Maybe on a break, that's fair play, to be fair. Right, as I said, I might go away have a little warm up for a little bit. Just a little one. That was way too bad. Oh, come on, Josh. Dilly daffing about with this shit. Dilly daff. I went for that for a while. Dilly daff, that's the one. I said D-I. Oh god, I forgot you had to spell dilly daff. Did it? Do I look like I? Sorry, I do like one Aussie accent. I spent like 6 months in Perth. And then also went to Queensland a little bit. Oh, hellscape, man. That's why I got bit by a copperhead. Not copperhead. No, it was I broke my brain. So I got told that because it was my mate said, "Oh, you're lucky it wasn't this or it was that," and obviously I didn't have to get anti-venom in the end because some snake bites actually aren't too bad. I just felt very drained, sluggish, kind of like I had a hot fever. Right, I want to travel again though. Maybe not right now. Not really the best of plans. Why does it have to be raining? That's the thing. What's that from? I bought this Nescafe roast, like blended fine coffee get ice. It's like my favourite coffee, and I shouldn't have done it because now I'm like coffee. I shouldn't do because I've got ADHD meds, so don't do that. Oh, I want to get a good catch, but not. I feel like when I was fingerboarding, like the. So it's like a rainbow arc. Not like that. Nah, it doesn't love me today. It's annoying. I said this to my partner last night. I was recording the clips. I was like, look, I recorded them. They weren't editing properly, so I was like, I delete them and then restore them from recently deleted because it might just be like bugging out. And then I hit on delete instead rather than restore, and I lost all of them. Don't worry, there's still footage I'm gonna post in about 20 minutes. It's just it was like the one before I got the last really good clean clips. That's why I'm gonna clean it up today again. But I've realised because my arthritis, it requires me to just literally. I might as well just sit here and do this, to be honest with you, while I talk or whatever. If I'm not fingerboarding, just to get the mobility back, because I realise like with arthritis sometimes it's stiff and it needs to get moving. Where some people obviously will get stiffer throughout the day. I'm kind of not the reverse in this because I will get stiffer also. You know, if I keep going, I will then return to being stiff. But there's like a sweet spot where I almost need to, get the mobility in that. Oh. There's also blood flow as well. So good massage can help it. Sounds being weird. I don't know what I might do. But I'm doing this. But I'm trying to like warm my fingers up because as I say, my arthritis. So I don't want to do like little finger stretches and stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm a skateboarder. I don't think my fingers are skateboarders. I mean, I would not want these boards are so durable. I'd love nothing more than to stand on one of these and skate it. But I mean, seriously, I don't think it will hold my weight. I'm not ridiculously heavy. I'm probably like what 12 stone or something, but still not happening. I wonder if. Ooh, that's it. That's the one. Yeah. Sorry, that's it. It's about getting that pop, that tail up in here. I don't know why. I'm gutted that as a skateboarder. That I hate the fact that my switch on the fingerboard is better, right? But to be fair, my switch. I'm goofy on a skateboard, so this would be my goofy. Oh, my brain's confused. I need this coffee. So this is regular, right? Which I can't now seem to do a kickflip from. Great. Anywho, kickflip. Switch flip. Oh, no, I can't do that either. Oh, well. Like I said, I was meant to warm up, and I was like, great, I get the live ready, and you hit, like, age and all the things, the name of the live and stuff like that. Maybe if it's going to be scheduled, you're not going live straight away. I should probably do that, but then I'm not sure when, like, I'm exactly done. I'm just getting all the settings done, up, ready. And then for half the live, people are like, bro, my partner's like, I don't think people know you have a business and you sell fingerboards or skateboards. I'm like, oh. I don't know how else to promote it. What do I need to have, like a sign saying skate shop? I actually should have a flipping sign saying skate shop, you know, that would literally make
because it is a skate. I'm going to end up selling trucks, fingerboards, skateboards, and I'm not cutting out on quality on any of them. Like, if anything, as I said, the fingerboards are better quality already. They're 2 times durability. If you don't want to check, believe me, I'm not whacking the balls down every time. I did post a last video about it, talking about the beanies and stuff like that. It's actually like the first talking video I've done really since I reviewed the Impact skateboard, because I haven't even reviewed my own product, because I feel like you can't review your own product, but you can in a way, not like to hype it up, but you can just let people know that there's a sale on and and stuff like that. That's the only way you can go about it. I'm not going, this is the best board, but like, it's a bit biased because I like only use my boards. It's not a case of like there aren't any other good quality boards, because there probably could be. I just, why would I, when I make good quality boards with graphics I find funny, and like there's no other company out of sort of, I mean, I'm sorry, I've never seen a company really venture into graphics like this. I see ones that are like girls on and stuff, but this is, oak leaf board. Another oak leaf board, and these are just ones for like certain type of people who like that sort of thing. You know what I mean? It could be, especially in the States, it's way more common. Over here, originally it used to be tacky, right? But what's tacky is like people have lavender plant, people have this, people have, there's nothing tacky. It's your opinion on saying that makes it tacky. Like, I'm a medical rock user, and I have started a business, skateboards and fingerboards, and I'm the only first company in the UK to make fingerboards and skateboards with my own graphics. Yet apparently, potheads are lazy. Interesting. I don't know. I just find it interesting. You know what I mean, I'm not saying I condone it, but I mean, it, because obviously I agree with regulation and like things getting done properly. But come on, people, you can't have everything in people's hands, because people, honestly, truthfully, clearly, look at what people do. People are not smart. People do stupid things. They build nukes. I mean, come on, let's be honest. People aren't smart. You sometimes can't give them the power to decide with things completely. But I don't think you should also ban something that's helping so many people, like glaucoma, arthritis. This is my own issues, by the way. Glaucoma, arthritis, um, I don't know, PTSD, ADHD. Like the list goes on, man. I said glaucoma, didn't I? Pains, muscle spasms, and it really does. It's life changing. But it also, just like I said, medical broccoli is great. I started my own business, but you can overuse it like anything. Like, I was on opioids before, pregabalin, which unfortunately I still have to take, because it's very addictive. But this is also my point. Like, pharmaceuticals are the worst. I'm not saying sometimes the natural way is the way. But if you sometimes need a little bit of, you know, I just don't see why, as I said, having this on the board isn't tacky, right? It's like having lavender or oak leaves on the board. There is nothing tacky about it. And that is what I'm also trying to. I know it's just me, but I feel like when I watch other people who actually talk about medical broccoli content, let's just say, they they kind of actually make it look bad, because they big it up like it's having a beer or a drink or something. When I'm like, bro, it's just a plant. It's literally just helps me with my seizures, it helps me with my glaucoma, helps me with my arthritis and my ADHD and PTSD, and like fidgetiness quite a lot of the time, right? Anxiety. So to me, when people try and make it out to be this really cool thing, it kind of actually annoys me a little bit, because I'm like, it literally is just a plant that alleviates pain. It's not for everybody. No, I do believe, maybe it causes issues in some people, because we don't know, because the psychology and stuff. It could be because it's not grown properly or it's tampered with. My point is, there aren't enough studies, and you can look this up in all honesty, and you'll see that there aren't enough studies to really indicate all this stuff. But there's more evidence pointing to, like, no one has ever been unalive from medical broccoli. So that's why when people go, it's tacky, I'm like, how is that tacky? But a beer is not tacky. Someone is unalived every 13 seconds from alcohol. That's awful, right? Yet no one in history has ever died from medical broccoli. That is a promise. Like, there has been like overlaying factors, yes, but alone, never. It is impossible. You'd have to have like 750 kilograms in 15 minutes. That's what I'm saying. I'm not ever condone anything, but like it really needs to change the opinion and the stigma on it, because it is so crazy that it's still around. And like, hopefully one person by another person. But I started my business. I got off the streets. I managed to stop all other substances. But I can tell you what now, it's not. I detest alcohol now. I hate all these things. If you want to do that, that's your choice. I'm so for that as people. But to say they care about public health, but they give people that, is a lie. So the real truth behind it is it was made illegal on racist reasons. This is true. Google it. I'm not bullshit. This is real. But I'm not saying, but then it should be regulated and safety, because I mean, I could never get out like beers as a kid really, but I could always go and get medical broccoli, and that's why I think there's more issue than people will realise that arise from it being in this position, and it is legal in the UK now for the medical.
but it's still becoming like people are unaware of it, and I'm not trying to ever condone it. Adults have the right to make their own choice, right? But I feel like the fact that we still have this stigma and this fear around it, and not realising, one, it was done on racist reasons for one, but two, if you don't care about that at the same time, I mean, it's just brainwashing, bro, innit? It really is. But during sharing, I'm not dissing him. He's managed to start big YouTube, like you know, have loads of followers, also have a shop in Amsterdam. Like, that's impressive, right? I'm not dissing on the guy at all. I love Drew. He's incredible. But I think sometimes the attitude I've seen towards medical property has been, sorry, I got dog hair in my mouth thing. It's been like condoning it in a cool way, and I don't think it is like cool. I like to sit there, chill out, put a podcast on. I've worked really hard, you know, or I'll be designing a graphic. Yeah, I do. I'll be designing a graphic, and then I'm just like, you know what? Because obviously I have seizures as well, glaucoma, ADHD, arthritis, PTSD. I'm not complaining about these things, but it's an amazing. Rather than taking like pregabalin, codeine, all these things I have to take all the time, I can actually. I don't need them. There's like a whole load of codeine in there which I don't need anymore. I've got boxes and boxes of pregabalin because I've cut down on it because I'm just like not taking it, and it honestly shows you that you go from hundreds of like pharmaceuticals to like just one plant. So I'm not condoning it. It just needs to change. The opinion on it is still wild. The fact that people look at me like a scum when I'm actually sat out there drawing a graphic for my company, like all going over paperwork that I've got to do, like intense work. And then, like, you know, I have to start my own business in a way because I knew for a fact every job I'm in I'll be scrutinised still because even though I have a prescription, there are people that are like, yeah, prescription, yeah, you don't use it, lies. And I'm sick of the scrutiny still. It's been 10 years plus more in the US and in Europe. The scrutiny in East, I'm not saying that everything's right with it, but I'm actually still sick of it. Like, I went out this morning to finish one that I had, and I'm just sitting there doing my paperwork, and people walk past me and look at me like scum. And I don't say anything, but I'm like, you don't realise I'm sat here at 25 who got sober and all these achievements and also start my business. And you're just by that look, the way you look at me, I say morning, I'm polite, and you're not polite to me. You're causing the issue because you have this stigma over something without realising it's just mainly a big lie. It's not even mainly, it is a huge lie. Medical broccoli, 0 people unalived in history. I'm not saying there's anything cross-related, but on its own, cigarettes every 8 seconds, 13 from alcohol. It is awful, right? I'm not saying do your own thing in life, but don't then just disown people like to say it needs to change the stigma. I'm not condoning it for everybody. People don't understand like the stupidity of it being like, oh, our kids are going to get it easier. Well, they won't because they don't ask for ID where a shop would do. I mean, I can argue any contradiction there is because I've done the honest research into it. It is the honest thing to do when you want to know about something. You want to learn about the cover-ups of lies. I'm not about stupid conspiracies here. I'm about actual like recordings, newspaper cut, like. And I know that is propaganda, but at the same time, you can find very left or right media, even going right back, and you can kind of cross-convey them. Just doing the honest research over years and years, and having glaucoma myself, arthritis, PTSD, BPD. I'm not complaining about these things, but it's helped me more than now. I don't need all the codeine. I don't need all the pregabalin. You know what I mean? My life has changed. These all the codeine that I stopped going down to take on. I used to be on like, 240 milligrams a day plus. And I was on morphine sulfate before that. And I wasn't doing anything with my life. So that's what I mean. Like, I'm not condoning it, but it really needs to change the stigma. So I'll be up at 5 in the morning, out there. Fair enough, I'm wearing maybe a dressing gown. I work from home. You know, I'm wearing a coat, so I look really like, I don't know, like maybe I could look like a scruff, right? But to be fair, my coat's clean, my dressing gown's clean. I'm sat there in a chair right now, and I have an iPad, and I'm drawing, and yeah, I have one, my medical, outside, because I don't even have it in the building. I think it's disrespectful. There's other people that live, and you live in a communal area, so I go move up like up away out the path. I'm allowed to. I'm sat up there, and the dirty looks you get. I mean, it is what it is, but I feel like it needs to change things. I'm like, I had stopped me before because I had enough. I'm like, excuse me, I would like to know, like, what is your, you know, why are you so against this plant? And, you know, they don't really have anything to say other than, well, you know, it's bad for you, this and that. And I'm what evidence? Like, yeah, that's like saying peanuts are bad for some people, but we don't ban peanuts. Peanuts are in every bar across the UK. Peanuts are in so much food. Like they put to them maybe peanuts in chocolate, like or soy or nuts in chocolate.
Yeah, we sit there and go, oh, because some people may have developed psychosis, which we haven't studied enough anyway to understand, which we owe it the truth to us to study it. We've just gone, yeah, causes psychosis, done with, but not realizing that like over 80, probably to 90% of people who use it medically actually have a real medical benefit from it. More, and people go, oh yeah, but then you got like the contradictions, and I'm like, yeah, but so do opioids, so do benzos, so do pregabalin and gabapentin and stuff like that. Like, I don't take codeine anymore. I don't take morphine. I don't drink anymore. And I can tell you what, I see it clearly now. I'm not saying, hey, medical books should be okay, but the fact I'm working my ass off, start my own business outside drawing, and somebody's going to give me the evils, I'm like, well, one, I'm up really early, so I'm clearly not lazy. Two, it's just that prejudgment. If I was sat there just drawing anyway, I feel like they would just smile. But the fact I have what I have in my hand, which is done, the fact I have to even say it like that, I'm not even condoning it, but it's like, I don't even know how to describe it, because cigarettes are okay in society. It's not that we have to hide cigarettes from children. Like, we'd stand back from them because it's not, you know what I mean? But you don't hide them. It's not like that. Quick, hide the filters, hide the. So why does it have to be like that? We've made it such an issue. I would still always smoke that way. If I was like babysitting my kids, I would never have it like that. I hope they need to do it the honours of turning it into like a tablet form, so it's more easier and less annoying and smelly for people, right? That's just the thing. Get the opioids, the cannabinoids, not the opioids. Where they've taken the opioids out of a poppy, take the cannabinoids out. You know what I mean? Naturally, obviously, if that's the way they want to do it, because it is legal in the UK and lots of states. But you have to have medical, obviously, in the UK. But my point is, I still think that I agree with that. It should be medical. It should only recreational could be an issue because I personally have found myself addicted to it before. But I think that it's really got this battle from both sides. Like, there's people who are like, yeah, it's nothing wrong with it, but they're stood there like haven't showered for a week and they're going, yeah, bro, and they're not doing anything with their lives. But then you've got people going on the other side, well, I don't use it and look at my life's great. But there's nobody really in the middle going, well, actually, I started a business, I got sober, and through it all, I still have that occasionally, like 2-3 times a day. It stops my seizures more than diazepam. Where's my diazepam? So I've got it around here somewhere. They don't really give diazepam out in the UK, but also pregabalin, people know, is an anticonvulsant. It's an epileptic medication. Now, I don't have epilepsy. I have something called transient loss of consciousness. So it was very difficult to get medication for anything. You know, I mean, they didn't originally give pregabalin or anything other than epilepsy or this for epilepsy or anxiety or something like that. But transient loss of consciousness are like, yeah, seizures, but it could be different. So finally, when they realised I stopped having seizures because I was using medical property, they're like, oh, we'll offer you pregabalin because they want you as like their dealer. We're like, we're your dealer. Come here, come and get this instead. And I'm like, well, no, because that zombifies me. If you want me to take, you're not meant to take opioids, pregabs, and benzos together yet. They're like, here you go. Here's a nice little bundle, and that's a warning to people. You're not meant to. It says it online with close supervision. That probably should be every day a doctor checking your heartbeat and your pulse, which they don't do. So sometimes you've got to know best, but not like in a stupid way, make rash decisions. But like I said, don't read everything you believe online. I went to doctor, think I got hernia, no. Well, I had a hernia when I was 6. Oh, it could be. Well, it's not going to be a way. How has that changed so dramatically? He was going to send me off and be like, no, it's just like the thingy, like the what's it called? The you know, they get the groin thingy. I can't remember what they're called. The glands in the groin. Oh, see, you clearly soccer mom, so I can tell you're from the US. There's no fight over there. Granted, I probably would say there isn't really, but in the UK, they're now still trying to push a narrative like, oh, people have got something called scromiting, which is like screaming and vomiting at the same time if they smoke. Like, what is that, bro? That's just called white eating, right? If you drink too much alcohol, you throw up. Do we call like, you know what I mean? Like, it's so dumb. The whole giving it a new thing, giving it a new name, it really pisses me off. Like, stop, just stop. Because you're trying to give it some bad image when alcohol has proven itself to be far more deadly. Like, to literally sit there, it says online, you can Google this, you have to have a medical broccoli 750 kilograms in 15 minutes for it to unalive you. That is impossible. That, one, you couldn't afford it. Two, no one's growing that much in your vicinity. You'd have to like have a whole few factories. You know how much that is? People think how so much, like gram weight, look like, you know what I mean? It's so light, so that would have to be an awful lot. I mean, 420 probably at Hyde Park doesn't even have that much going on. Like 750, was it 750,000? I think, yeah, 750,000 kilos. How do you? That's not possible, man. Like literally, you'd have to. Is it 700? I know that's a big difference, but I can't remember at the zeros or not. But still, 750 or not,
It's a lot. And the fact is, I still have a business and I still get so much judgment and stigma, and it's unbelievable. Do you know what I mean? Like, for a fact is, I know I probably got fired from a lot of my jobs because they knew I had it, but because I had a prescription, they legally can't fire you. But because of the discrimination, put it this way, they used to let people who had a SA conviction in America get get a check, but if you were caught with medical broccoli cigarette, you weren't allowed to get a student loan, right? That is ridiculous. Like, that is honestly beyond unbelievable. It's like a law of complete injustice there. It's just ridiculous. And the US has changed. I don't know why I started like that. The US is changing, and changed pretty much. But the UK is just, I don't even know what it is, man. It's like, I understand. I don't agree with alcohol. I think, then they drink in Europe and in the UK, they over drink. You mess your kidneys up. Like, they drink day and night. It's people that day drinkers all through the night. It's just wild. I'm not with that. So happy I sobered up. But seeing everybody else like diss on you, but walk around slurring, they have no leg to stand on. I don't care about that. But it's the people who are generally sober, which is a lot of people as well, who are looking at you and looking down at you and like, yeah, you get used to it, but is it right? If everyone wants to go on about making a change in society and it's all unfair, then that's one flipping change that needs to happen. It's a major injustice. Like, what's weird is in this country, I feel like there's such a stigma to it. There's people who use it who actually act like, if they're in public and they see someone else smoke it, they're like, ugh, cretin. But they smoke it themselves because it's that public image of not wanting to be judged. I really get that feeling because there's so many people that smoke it, like an incredible amount. Like, you'd be shocked. There's probably like 20 people in the street that smoke it. But funny enough, when you're out and about, when you're doing you never seem to get that person. Occasionally, nice smell, but it's more the alternative person or the something like that. But everyone else like, oh, nasty. But I'm like, I just feel like they're just saying that for like public validation, so they don't feel like people look at them and like, why aren't you reacting to him smoking one? Well, it's medical, and as I said, things need to change. It's ridiculous. Public health, right? Opioids, cigarettes, alcohol, mental health is the stupidest flipping. Yo, what's up, bro? Welcome. Yeah, as I say, Singman's been around for a long time, bro, but it doesn't mean that like, things can't change with that. Cause, I mean, seriously. I mean, if you live in the UK, you'll know what I mean. The amount of, like, dirty looks I get. And I'm like, you have no idea that I have my own business. I'm a CEO and founder, the first company in the UK to put my graphics onto fingerboards and skateboards and make connections with people like from, like, Radio 1 and what's his flipping friend called? Ryan Swain. People won't know him as much. But I mean, just, get in contact with Heron skateboards and stuff like this. This is crazy in a year, bro. Like, we've made contacts. Obviously, this is one I'm stuck on designing and finishing off at the moment. It's because I get people go, oh, is that graphic appropriate? I'm like, what, for an adult? If this was a lavender leaf, I say it's oak leaf, but say if this was a lavender leaf or a lavender plant, would that be okay? Would that be tacky? No, it wouldn't be. It's like, is the weapon the thing that does the harm, or is it the person? It's the same principle. It's a plant. If I put a peanut on the board, peanuts, which actually people are allergic to and have been unalive for, know what I mean? I've got to say, I'll say YouTube things, I'm sorry, but people get unalive from peanuts, yet that's not tacky to put on the board. That's not offensive. That's not a weaponized picture, right? But this is tacky. How? In what way is it tacky? Do people get where I'm coming from, please? Like, please tell me people understand. Because otherwise it is honestly beyond stupidity at that point. That is like the best point. I'm actually going to make boards that are like point out these simplicities. I'm doing a red pill and blue pill one at the moment, which is funny, but I'm also, as I said, I really can't. I want to do, but how do I do it? I just don't understand it, man. Peanuts, as I said, have taken out more people. This is never unalive somebody. Yes, it's caused mental health issues for some people. That doesn't mean you should ban it for everybody, right? It's like, it stopped my seizures, it stopped my ADHD, it stopped my PTSD from flowing up and getting Monticello. Welcome. And I'm not saying it should be there, just saying it needs to be regulated. They can make so much money in the government from it, that could benefit the system, they can pay for schools and the tax that would be done off of it, rather than going into the illegal arms of criminals, which I know it sounds crazy. I mean, I was on the bad side of law at one point, now I've got my own business, and I just think, after getting sober,
see the crazy injustice behind it is actually kind of heartbreaking, especially in this country. I know it's changed in other countries, but people look at this board and go, you know, oh, it's a bit tacky, isn't it? You know, let's say oak leaves. Let's just say it's oak leaves. But why is it tacky? Because because it's, you know, it harms people, or it's, you know, peanuts, as I said and I reiterate, have unalived more people. Yet if I put peanuts on a board, that's allowed. And that's the style. I'm going to do another graphic which has got 2 layers. It's going to be like, why is this section not appropriate, and this when one side has caused more harm than the other? I think that is a brilliant idea. So I'm going to have like peanuts, like monkey nuts and stuff like that this side, and leaves the other side. Be like, which side do you think is more culturally appropriate? No, not, you know what I mean? Which one's more PC, and which one's actually more harmful? I think it's such a good question to ask ourselves. I think it's, honestly, if you really think about it, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be, I'm going to go grab my coffee quick, but I don't think people really ever think about stuff like that. As I said, peanuts have actually unalived more people than medical broccoli ever will, because it never has done. I'm not saying it's okay, but that's my next graphic style. It's like, why is this a tacky side with the leaves on it? And then I'll put peanuts on the other side and be like, why is one side considered more tacky than the other when one side is more dangerous than the other? Almost like comparing a nuke to a paperclip, right? It almost is. I appreciate sub, bro. Appreciate it, bro. Well, I love all my subs, really. It's a community that we're building. I hope that makes sense to people. I'm not condoning it. You know, I have mates that have, like, got, you know, have been sectioned and got mental health issues. I'm not saying that there's not a chance, but this is why we owe it to go to science, to be able to study it, to figure out what helps, what doesn't. Not mess with Mother Nature too much, but obviously, it's like when someone takes an ADHD tablet. Sometimes it can help them, but you check with your doctor. Sometimes it doesn't work with them, so they come off of it. But that's what I mean. It might cause a little flare. It might get heart palpitation. So what the same thing happens? You try it one time, feel a little bit weird with the doctor's prescription. Cool. You know, not good for you. Move on. You know, that's my point. It treats so many illnesses. It can cure so many things. I'm not saying it's a be all end all, and it can help pain, alleviate pain. And the fact that peanuts, as I say, I could just peanuts on a board, that's fine, and it's not tacky. But no one thinks about the bigger picture. Peanuts have actually taken out more people. Everything's taken out more people than medical broccoli has. I could literally put a pen. Someone's probably unalive somebody with a pen more. Like, I might even do that. I'm going to put all these random objects on one side of the board, and on the other side, put just medical broccoli, and be like, which side is more fatal? Because I guarantee you, scissors have unalived more people than medical broccoli. Peanuts have unalived more people than medical broccoli. Like, it has never done it. I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying it's silly, the stigma that we still have in society. Like, someone's dog they're walking with, or like their lead, or the shoes they're wearing is probably tripped somebody up and unalive them more than the thing that they're getting so annoyed about, and they're not paying attention because they're getting angry at me. Watch where you're walking first. Stones have unalived people more. Like, my point is, it's so silly to sit there and be like, oh, you know, it's trashy because it harms people. Maybe mentally, but so can a lot of things. People can have addictions to things. Why are we treating any different? It's actually safer when it comes to being fatal than most things. That's why I say I'm going to put peanuts on one side of the board as a design, and the other side there, and be like, which one's considered more appropriate in society or something, and then which one's more fatal. Peanuts. You know, but we don't go like banning peanuts outright. They're literally on the back of a little chocolate bar or whatever. So may contain nuts and soy. Like, point proven. And I love it when people try and hello, welcome. And I don't ever get an argument back from people. Not an argument, a good debate. I would love to see somebody debate it, because I think I have an amazing point there. It just stands so hard. Like, so I'm gonna sort this out for it. So guys, in a minute I'm gonna go away, finish off these graphics because they're really quick ideas I've got. They're like the quickest little doodle really ever. Because a few of them will be shaped like tablets, like pills, because I'm doing the red pill and the blue pill, and then the purple pill, which don't even know that's a thing, but I'm coming up with it. And I don't know, it's just, I just have ideas, and I have loads of them in my head. Some days I get this, where my brain's swimming with ideas and graphics, I'm like, I need to get them out before they go. But like I said, that whole thing about one side was peanuts, and one side is going to have medical broccoli leaves on it, but then I'm going to have on the side which side is actually more fatal and which side is more publicly correct. Because all down the road, medical broccoli really judged a lot. Yet it's unalived nobody. Peanuts, on the other hand, quite fatal to some people. Completely acceptable. I don't understand the argument. Like, when it's put, things just need to be regulated, and because I mean, otherwise it goes into the hands of the wrong people, and then it becomes even worse. Do you know what I mean? Because they don't regulate it, they spray it with shit. Like they did spray it with Fent for a while in the States and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like my point is, it's dangerous if it's not regulated. You know what I mean? Like pharmaceutical medications are guaranteed. Like they test all of them; they're the same. Do you know what I mean? There's been a few inconsistencies. I know there's like a chemical that could be made just through the production and making medication. I watched a video on it, and it's only happened like 4 times ever. It's very rare. Very, very, like, honestly, think about how many people actually take tablets every single day. And it's like really the only issue with like actual, pharmaceuticals, us not getting addicted to them. But bar that, it makes me laugh. I might actually do one which is like got like tablets on one side and then leaves on the other, and then actually instead of having the middle, and which one is more publicly acceptable. Because it's crazy to me. I don't understand it. Okay. I'm not built for this world. But yeah, I just don't understand like the Super Set graphic. Like, a lot of people are like, yeah, that's cool, but a lot of people are like, it's kind of tacky. I'm like, how is it tacky? Someone has lavender, someone has like that and this and that. But you know what I mean? I reckon more people, and I'm gonna look this up. But actually, I can't say this before I do it. But there's probably more flowers that are way more harmful than medical broccoli that are actually just in people's gardens, because there will be, like, you know what I mean. So like, it is when you really break down everything about it, it does start to feel a bit like weird. Like, why would they do it? That there's no real rhyme or reason to it. Mental health, like anyone could just grab a handful of pills out of someone's cupboard and do the wrong. Like my point is, it doesn't make sense. It's a cover up for something, and I can tell you now the fact that a lot of people, Walt Disney, Stephen King, Steve Jobs, and a lot of these people aren't allegedly haven't like always been great people. Let's just say, but they have been successful with their careers. And it's weird how like a lot of people have been with it. I'm not saying it does make. I'm saying yeah, you can overdo something, makes you lazy, but it does broaden the mind. I think a little bit, an emotional scale as well. Like when you have it, you feel a little bit more laid back and chill. And if you're worked up all the time, and they tell you to drink, which just makes you docile, that makes you want to work. And next day I get up, I have body aches, headaches, hang out. It's horrible. I don't drink anymore, so I got sober. But I know never done anything like this to start my own business. Like I always thought it was the broccoli and all these other things, but as soon as I stopped the other things and alcohol, what's the main issue? It's very obvious. And they just make everything seem okay. That's the whole plan, this whole cover up, you know what I mean? But anyway, I'm not one of those people like people walk around in alien suits, man. So you can love my business, but normally I'm joking. Well, I'm not joking, I am taking, but I know that's probably what people mean. When people say I love you, it's normally they like my opinion or they find me funny. I have no idea why. Maybe see a psychiatrist? No, I'm joking. I feel like you can't make humour anymore, right? I need a psychiatrist, truthfully. Damn, I'm broken. But do you know how you fix a broken heart? No, I'm joking. Do you actually fix something broken? You replace it. I'm joking again. I'm just trying. When you how to fix something broken is you don't bottle it up, but you also don't cover it up. You just actually live life. That's all you could do. And also like listen to yourself, feel yourself, but then hopefully the good will outweigh the bad. That's all you can do. And like pray for the good days. Also remember, if you have a bad time in life, you've always got something to kind of reflect on and be like, you know what? No matter the situation you're in, it's kind of bliss. It's a good thing to remember. Like, I was homeless on an abusive household. I could sit there with just a roof above my head, say if that was the case, and I lost everything.
I'd still be like, well, at least I have a roof, at least a roof above my head. Do you know what I mean? It's just crazy the power of what sometimes living minimal or losing everything or whatever, sometimes having bad experiences in life can actually improve life. In a weird way. It's obviously like a mechanism, but anyway, guys, I'm gonna go walk the dog, have a little warm up, design these graphics. I said, so I'm actually quite excited about these graphics. Order some more wood. I'm going to talk to my partner because obviously she's not my business. I'm the business. I'm the manager. I'm in charge. But like as a couple and financially, I can't just go ahead and bro. Shh. Don't tell me what to do. Yeah, so I speak to my partner, right? Because obviously we're a team. That's every couple, man. And I make sure that I'm making the right financial. And no, I can't because I slipped a disc in my spine until mate, I had enough injuries to have to actually sit crooked on a chair. I can't. And one of the easiest ones I can show people was just my compound fracture, so the bone came out my arm. I love the little symbol, bro. I love your logo. Fresh idea. Did you come up with that one? Smart cookie, aren't you? Smart cookie. Well done, Rob. We have a smart cookie here, everybody. And I demand that you just shush because your profile picture is extremely offensive. Well, I don't personally. Just I don't care. I'm not hiding shit. I have a heritage. Well done. It's kind of obvious, isn't it? But do I follow faith? No, I had a bacon sandwich over there, bro. I'd be the worst Jew on the planet. But that doesn't mean. I don't care if you're offended. I don't care in the slightest. To be honest with you, it's not even like. Was it the skin off my teeth? I don't even know what saying is because I don't even have the time in it. You know what I mean? You can like his profile picture. That's cool. I don't, as I said, I don't care. Like, what do people not understand? I was trying to be polite, and then you be rude. So then what you want respect back. That's not how the universe works, people. And what I really, really, really skip my nose. Whatever, doesn't matter what it is, does it? What makes me laugh is obviously I've told people before. Like I've had people like come with me and stuff like that. I've been jumped. I've had people attack me with knife. I know I can say this kind of language because in the past, been hospitalised. I've been sent to jail and remanded. I love it when people just think, what? Because of Jewish ancestry, what? Do you know how much fight I have in me from being homeless, being attacked, and everything like that, bro? You can't even begin to understand. And I'm not going to get into this one because it's like, it becomes a brag. But I just demand, if anybody ever has an issue with me and wants to ever do anything, because I'm professional, but I also am a person, I'm a being, right? You can always order from me, and then you can literally find out we can meet up. Do you know what I mean? And then that's it. If you want to like settle a debate, you can like his profile picture as well. Also, and you can come and join. Because I love it. People look at me and go, "What skinny? What can you do?" Like I implore people to go back through my profile quite a bit on here. Don't have to, but there's a video which says people find it embarrassing to skate. Like to the people who find it embarrassing to skate. So the hip abductors, my inner thighs, I can max out the rack, and people go, "Oh, bullshit." Go check on my account. It's clearly me. It's my skateboard. I'm just saying, like, I had a guy in there look at me, he was like walking past a big gym buff, like the ones that got the triangle muscles in the flipping thighs and stuff like that. He went to do it, it's like, ugh! And that's because I've skated for years, and I also have, like, I have no idea what it is, it's like muscle memory. At one point I was 16 stone, I'm starting to build it up again. And that's where I leave it, because I ain't trying to flex. I have people trying to, I just don't want people to make a mistake, but at the same time I don't really care, to be honest with you. Does not bother me, doesn't, really doesn't. To the point where if someone to do something, sometimes, I mean, I always say I'm geared up for something, that's just my head, that's how I'm wired. I'm actually a diagnosed sociopath and people are like, bullshit, no, because I'm going to make a video on it. I've got shown people before, there's followers who know I am, because I've got but it's not what people think it is, like the Joker or this or that, but no, there's no frontal lobe, which means there's a lack of care for me and other people and remorse, but I do try. So the people who deserve it, they'll get my remorse, they get my attention, but other people, oh no. No. It can't even be earned.
sadly. You know, people who are just instantly an arse. I could just, yeah. Anyway, lovely life. Um, but it's called antisocial personality disorder. It's the new name for it. Please feel free to go look up. And when I come back, I can show people. I'm just letting Nazi scum know that I'm good to go because I am literally a sociopath. So they can take it as I'm a Jew, but I'm actually more, I consider myself a sociopath. I'm not even considered, I am diagnosed. There's 1 in 100 people, so when people also think it's so rare, like the Joker, which is fictional, and all these other people, which are nothing like that. Well, yeah, when you go a bit balmy in the head and you start to lose it with anger, you start to, but you're not all the time, you know, you live a pretty normal life until that point. Okay. So I do ship all the way around the world, yeah. So if anyone else wants to be a happy customer, I've got you. If anybody wants to try and track me, we got you. Try it. I'm done with life, man. This is the reality of life, bro. You know, you work super hard as a guy, you work your ass off, and I'm happy. I love what I do, but I'm extremely injured, extremely mentally gone. But I work hard. I give my all to my customers. That's what it's about. But I don't owe my anything to people who are nasty in life. I'm not saying you, anybody, if there is anybody being nasty. And I don't actually have, like, because I'm in the UK, because they condition people to think, like, my family I grew up in a household where my mum grew up in South Africa, Johannesburg, and my dad was in Romania. Like, these are very, very violent places. And then it was a very violent household. So I didn't grow up with the same mindset everyone else has in England. Like, I want a peaceful life. But I'm not that sort of person. It's like someone comes to my house, okay, you know, the safe's there, You best believe I'm going to jail for my family, regardless of the situation. That's just how I am. Happy days. Right, anyway. Because I want people to know that, because the amount of threats you get every day on live, I'm not just going to sit there and settle it. Like, I don't need a bodyguard, I don't need nothing, bro. You know what I mean? Like, in the UK, you got to remember, like, if they want to abolish this, you can still get, I'm not even going to get into it, doesn't matter. Happy days. Or is it summer days? Oh, happy days. No, it's happy days, isn't it? Yeah. All I can say, people think I'm Jewish, which I'm not by faith, maybe by heritage, doesn't matter. All you have to remember is my parents are junkies, so they'd have been closer to heritage than I am, but they didn't do anything with their life, so that's a good example. People go, you just take all the money. You say, I'm poor as shit. I know where people got that example from. I'm poor as anything. Like, please let me in. Where's the money then? If there's money, please let me have the money. There isn't. Right? It's a slow grind like everybody else. And if other people, instead of getting mad at other people's success, maybe, just maybe, go out there and get a job yourself. I know, just a little wacky idea. A little wacky idea there, mate. Just maybe go get a job yourself and stop hating on everyone else. So that's in my Australian accent. But my point is, it is pathetic. People go, oh, you're Jewish, that's why you're good. I don't support small hats. Oh, shut up. I'm not even... I'm not wearing a hat. I eat bacon. I'd be a terrible Jew, right? My point is, stop prejudging people and live your life and stuff, right? It's ridiculous. Okay? Comprende? Everyone understand? Not everyone, just so people who just... Oh, the ignorance in this world is beyond me. Oh well. Can't save everybody now, can we? Hello, welcome. I don't know, I just find my success. As I said, the success does not come from any heritage value. I was on my way to being a junkie for life, and that was it. But then I met a person that I love the most, and you know, I love my life, and now I'm on the straight and narrow. Got sober, I started a business with things I enjoy doing. And so now, instead of people hating, why don't they just go and maybe chase their dreams? Not the people that are hating, because there's people that don't. But I might just get, instead of being a negative Nancy, right? I said Nancy, but you could, there are people that are clearly bloody Nazis, right? But negative either. Get up your ass and go and get a job. Work hard. Stop hating other people for doing well in life. It is unbelievable. So what, if I shaved my hair off, would people then just be like, oh, you're right, mate? Well done. Just because I've got curly hair is honestly kind of really funny. Don't people realise we're like worse than it was back in like 1939 and stuff? Like, people are generally way more
almost mentally corrupt at like he's got curly hair. He's a Jew. He's a devil. Like, bro, chill out. Can we just play it cool? I get it every day now, and it's beyond funny. Well, it is funny, but I mean, it's like, really? Oh, mate. Okay. It's just funny, bro. As I said, I feel like if I shaved my hair off, people generally would not. When you bat an eyelid, they'd be like, well done. And shave my hair off, and they'd be like, he's a skinhead. He's a neo-Nazi. You cannot win in this world. They're not even knowing what your heritage is before. It is honestly just too bloody hysterical. You've got to laugh at it, really. I find that that's actually the best point. Curly hair, shave off. Can't tell I've got curly hair, but I don't know what people are going to think. Get my point. Get my point. I stopped judging book by cover. Or let's try to anyway. No, yeah. Close saving, I did quite a bit. Do you take care of? See, actually, it's DNA. No, I'm joking. I don't actually know. I'm terrible at taking care of my hair, to be honest with you. It just curls. It normally, I did wash it this morning, but it normally goes into ringlets. But yeah, I think it's like, granted, yeah, I go a little bit crazy about it. In a funny way, it fuels this sort of fire, which just makes me laugh, man. I get so amped. I could do really good debates. I know I could, because I have such a good argument for things, right? For one, I have a fingerboard company, skateboard company. People say it's a tacky in the UK, this leaf. How is that any more tacky than peanuts? Or what? Because this is harmed people. Do people realise that peanuts actually have unalive more people than broccoli, medical broccoli? I'm not saying this is perfect, because people obviously there could be maybe mental things, but we don't ban stuff in the world just because it has a side effect on people. Because otherwise, peanuts would be banned, petrol would be banned, like everything would be banned because it has an effect on people. Plastic. It's stupid. Built-in coasters are infuriating. Wait, what? Built-in coasters are infuriating. Wait, to me, I just put it on the table and then give it Mr. Sheen wipe. It's a white table anyway, I sand down on it, so it's all good. To be fair, I didn't know. I know some nuts are not considered nuts, but regardless, thank you for the fact, bro. Good fact, actually. I didn't know nut it was. But I have a fact. I have a point. People have never been unalive from medical broccoli alone. There's been cross factors, but it's really fishy when you look at it. Then you Google to coordinate, which is essentially just racist. That's why it was banned. And then some people call like, oh yeah, I agree with racism. But then I'm like, bro, that's why they push the agenda with it, because you're already alongside with some nasty agenda anyway, and they just add it alongside it, so you're already like part of the cause. There's no real rhyme or reason to it. There isn't. Like, you know, alcohol every 13 seconds someone's on the lives, and cigarettes is every 7 or 8. It's pretty good. Well, good, not good. I mean, that's pretty high numbers. That ain't good. Statistics, it's just the right thing. I mean, I don't condone other things, because I'm not going to sit and be like, yeah, man, you know, the Colombian, you know what I mean? It's like, that's great for you. No, it's not. It's like got petrol, acid, that's messed up. That's not. But the fact they could be in the same car sometimes, I'm like, bro, what is going on? Especially in the States at one point. Mental world. Highly poisonous too. Really? I didn't even know that. But that's what I mean. Like, also, tobacco is a neurotoxin. Plants naturally built up a defense as a neurotoxin, and all animals stay well away from it, and we just go and smoke it. Like, what? Okay, that makes so much sense, doesn't it? But it's because I have, like, what gets to me is I've designed skateboards, beanies, tops. I've been in business meetings. Last year, I won Entrepreneur of the Year award in this class called Strive. If you go on my website, you can see the certificate. I won out of 50. Well, originally it was 80, but I'd say the last thing was 50 people, and yeah. Before I had the Zoom call, there's a Zoom call we done. It was like Sharks, or like Shark Tank or Dragon's Den, right? It was literally like they were like, how many days? Give you 15 minutes each. So it went on for ages, like all night. Like went on from like 5 in the evening to like 10 or 11. It went on for so long, and then finally they decided. I got the public vote and I won, so everyone agreed. And I also got the main people who started it vote, and then obviously their funding and stuff like that afterwards. And I didn't know what to say when they said I won it. I was like, right, to be honest with you,
I've no idea what to say. I still haven't processed it, but they said they really like the honesty that I'm trying to like. If there's an injustice in anything, I will step aside, put my business to one side, and people like. I have entrepreneurial aspects, but I also have like humanitarian like. When I see injustice, I've got to hold up. It's not about money. If I feel like, you know, as I said, to see this Manosphere documentary, and I really want to shed light on it. If people think that's what being a man is, you were really. I don't want to juice bar mummy. Do people know what I'm on about? That's he can't live that down. That is honestly one of the best. And if you please, let me play it. I'm gonna play it. I don't even care. This one can get copyright strike. I'll play parts of it, snippet.
Where can you buy fingerboards?
Oh, so skateaddiction.co.uk. So I should put a QR code up, shouldn't I? 1 second. I have one that you can, if you want to screenshot quickly. 1 second. When my iPad starts to move. So this is. So if you want to screenshot it, this is the. Just going to leave it up for a second just so I know if people have got it or not. But yeah, so screenshot that if you want to get to the website easier. It's so much, it's just easier for people to do it. Sorry guys, I've been singing that song.
God wants to make a man.
What is that?
That's the QR code to get to my website. If you scan it, boom, it will take you directly to a. I mean, I wish I could. Can I scan it like this? Can I do a QR code to scan? Oh yeah, open in Safari. There you go. It'll take you straight to my website, and then you can go to Skate Shop. There's a 25% sale off at the moment. Wait, why is it showing? Okay, it's because I'm in GB. But then yeah, shop, glow in the dark decks, discounted decks, mystery packs, all that good stuff. So if you, I don't know if you got it, I don't know if you want me to hold it up again so you get the screenshot. But I wanted people to realise that it's not also a scam screenshot. It literally is. That's why I clicked on it myself. It takes you to our own website.
Injustice to fingerboards.
See, I'll be honest with you, what I'll say is, with this, I'm trying to make more of an adult. I mean, make fingerboarding more known. As a skater, bring it more into like hemisphere. I don't know, stratosphere, whatever of the flipping skate community. Because I've got mates that also didn't know that you could do tricks on a fingerboard and stuff like that, and it's not really presented like that. If you're a skater, you don't get the fingerboard. I feel like it's a perfect fidget toy for a skater. How can you not deny that? I learned how to do most tricks. I could do varial heels, hard flips, lasers, heel flips, kick flips, switch flips, nollie flips. Those are like some of the main tricks on a fingerboard that take people since they were like 10 to learn and they're now like 20 and stuff like that. Because I've done it on a skateboard, I think that's why my brain knows it quicker. I've learned it in a year or so. That's kind of crazy. There's some people that like have that natural talent, but it's also, as I say, it's just hopefully inspiring people, because a lot of people are like, oh, what should I do? I get bored of it. Like, if you're getting bored with skating, then skating's not for you. Do you know what I mean? Unfortunately, no, that'd be like a bit too much. I'm not gonna scream I have like a sore throat too. But this is one of the graphics I can show people, because obviously I can't show the one at the end because I'm keeping it. Keep it till I show them. Oh, wrong graphic, wrong board, wrong board. So this one here with the sunset, which will be added tomorrow or something like that.
Wait, I have.
But if you did, that'd be incredible. I'd really appreciate that. I mean, that's mental. If you do, fair play to you, mate. Because I literally could barely crack 30 or 40 followers on there. It's like evil place to be. I mean, I'm not. To me, it's not joking. It's not about the views or likes or anything. But I just feel like people forget there's a like button on Instagram or something. I don't know. Everyone else is brilliant. I'd never care about. I go on live for hours and hours and don't care about. I'm not going to quit just because I don't get followers. It's more about, you know. Some people don't follow straight away. I definitely didn't. It could take a few times for someone to pop up before you go, okay, you know, this guy's good. I'm going to get some boards. You know, I do a lot of giveaways too, quite often, once they're on. Oh, so I've got that song in my head. You know, is it Manu Chawla, the comedian, right? He's mocking the Manosphere thingy. Oh, man. It sounds like he's... At the beginning of, I want to play it so badly, but people need to go and listen to it, right? So knowing that I could put it on a short, and it's not like, would it be copyrighted? Because is it a song? Is it just a soundbite? I'm unsure. Oh man, it's comedy gold. It's comedy gold.
Powerful.
This one. And what I'm saying is look for this. I'm just gonna have to play it. Oi. Right, incredible. It's like what have women achieved? Like chemotherapy, computer software, telecom communication. I mean, the list goes on. I love it. And then also giving birth to humanity. And they're just, these men are so stupid, bro. Respect your women's, respect your mum, respect your sisters. Like the score on a punch machine. Alphas reign supreme, except when we're around mummy. Mummy, I don't want a juice. Mummy, I don't want a juice bar. Oh, that's some alpha energy right there, innit? Mummy, don't want a juice bar. Idiots. Oh my, it's too funny. I'm sorry. I've decided to do a red and put like a piss take on it. It's gonna have like a red pill, which is like toxic masculinity. I don't know, thinks he's Leo from The Matrix. I don't know, it's just, I find it, because I like this. Of course we all know we're in a bigger system, but the fact they think they know the shit, and they're just, I mean, oh wow. They're please watch this, everybody. Share this about, spread awareness. Stupidity at its finest. And it's in my head, one more time, just the beginning part. Made it all about red pills, but we do others too. Betty doesn't have a penthouse in Dubai as big as mine. It's already stuck in my head. Do believe in monogamy. It's just with the exhaust of a Lamborghini. You say it with a chest on a podcast mic. But shit happens a little when it's in real life. Red pill men, just a bunch of vibes who demand a tip. Scamming teens on our streams. What have women achieved apart from these? And I love it because people are saying, oh, what, you're just on this side. Well, no, this is a guy, like most men who have chivalry will agree that it's just pure stupidity, right? Oh man, it makes me laugh, I'm sorry. But this sound is going to be used a lot in some of my videos. It's got to be. Even if it doesn't go with fingerboarding. When I say I don't do something that's trending, that ain't trending at all. But I mean, it should be. That's just comedy gold. It's perfect. Call him out. I love Louis for as well for calling him out for like the idiot. I mean, seriously, bro. It's not even allegedly here, right? We can't do the allegedly thing. Like, someone's allegedly stupid. I mean, I have a right to an opinion. You know, but I haven't said any names, so happy days. I do find it funny, man. They have, like, the arguments broken down. They can't argue. I say, please, somebody debate me. I'll happily debate it. I should have done debate club or something, right? I'm just good at debating. Because, I mean, even when I mess up on something, I'm good at being like, well, yeah, fair enough, I didn't know that. But then there's also this aspect where people have to be right. They can't be wrong. You know, I'm like, bro, the ego behind it is undeserved. You know what I mean? It really is for some people. It's nuts. And all I've got is red pill men, a bunch of fives, demand a 10. That's all I've got stuck in my head now, all day. And it is a banger. It hits different. He needs to make a full song. That's what I'm saying, please share. I want it to be a full song. Because that is literally going to be like my favourite song of all time. Oh, the fact that they're so insecure, like, I know you're going to make me look bad on that. I know you're going to make me look bad on the documentary. I know you're going to make me... That is insecurities bubbling over. Do people not realise that? Because I just don't care. Clip me, cut me, slip me, da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? But to be like, oh, you can make me look bad. They're saying it before they make it look bad because then it's easier to deal with. It's like wording something because it's hard thinking it. You've got to get it out because once it's out there, and I know this is true because I've done psychology, it's 100% facts. So these men, by wanting a one-side monogamy relationship, as they said, which is just stupid, it's funny because, I mean, they just want one day in case something, I guess, happens, they're insecure, they want to be, well, I sleep with your friends anyway. It's like, they say it's peak masculinity. It's peaking the other way. It's like the bottom, bro. You're like the bottom, like, seriously, think about it. It's insecurity at its finest. And then, I don't want a juice bar, mummy. I'm going to make a graphic that just says that on it. It's just got to. It's a meme. I'm memeing it. It's ace. It's brilliant. The fact he was on live and said that, I'm sorry. I just, mummy,
do guys say mummy when they're adults still? Am I missing something? Is this a new lingo? Is this we call our parents now? I mean, I haven't lived with my parents since I was very little. I've been independent for a long time, but I don't know. You got roid shoulders and all these big guys, and then they just turn around and they're like, I don't want a juice bar, mummy. If people don't know what I'm on about, then I don't know. But I'm mocking this until there is no tomorrow. I mean, it's just made my day. Every time I'm down, I think about how stupid they are, and I'm like, oh, do you know what? Life ain't too bad, is it? Like, I mean, realistically, at least I'm not one of them. At least I'm not like, you know what I mean? At least, who are, yeah, but they got Lamborghinis. I'm like, cool. If that is coming at the expense of being a knobhead and just like being insecure your whole life and being upset by your own actions, because they clearly are. I always say it like that. I'm unapologetic, is what it is. But they're like, oh, I know you're gonna make me look bad in documentary. I know you do. That is verbalizing your insecurities, bro. I've done psychology. These alpha men, fake, this bullshit, is they're so insecure that it's this flipping cover up. Why should you get roid shoulders and act like men, right? Bro, what is a man, bro? Chivalry. Everything that they're going against. Being nice, being caring, being kind, but also being able to deal with your emotions. But that doesn't mean you can't cry either. This whole stupid... Oh, bro, the reason they annoy me is because they're ruining years and years of evolution in people getting more civilized. They are. How can it... This is ruining... Well, it's not going to, because it's not going to let. I keep rinsing it, memeing it, and everyone needs to. It's hilarious. I don't want a juice bar, money. I have so many questions about that, right? So many questions. How old is he? 25, 24? I don't know. Mummy, I haven't said mum. I don't remember saying mummy, right? For one, I know I grew up in a different kind of household, but still, I know that. Oh, I was hit, and this is why I don't. I know. So what now? You wanna? I don't know, hit people back. I don't know what. Stop with your little man anger and go and deal with it. Go see a therapist, a psychologist, right? Go and do something you're proud of. Go build something. I started a company. I got sober. Then you're not going to be such a little angry man at everybody, right? You're going to be pretty, because you're not angry at everybody, you're angry at yourself. You push it outwards. It's not everyone else's fault that you can't do it shit. So, that is the definition of, you know what I mean, like manning up in that sense. Not what they're saying. It's funny. Please go listen to it. You know Chihuahua, what's his name? Manu Chihuahua. You know the comedian, right? Guy from the UK. Please go and watch his. It's called The Manosphere Fight Back or something. It is so good. It is so good. And he needs to make a full song of it because it's stuck in my head. I can't get it out. It's all day. And I love it because I like this whole... I'd like to see other men talk about it too because you feel very alone. I love it because women will be like, we don't need you fighting about it. I'm not trying to fight about it. I just see injustice and I think it's disgusting, right? That's just it. It's not like being, oh, I'm joining the side. Like, I don't care. If anything, you're alienized more because you're pushed out with your own sect and you're pushed away by the other one as well. You know, and it's just, oh, okay, great. No, I don't want to be on any side, but I just wanted to... I'm not going to stand on the side that's being nasty, right? I'll stand back, and then if I see an injustice, it's like it didn't even have to do anything with that. Someone's robbing somebody, someone's grabbing someone, and I could prevent it. I'm going to intervene, right? That's just life. I mean, so it's the same thing. If I see an injustice, I will try and prevent it. Bro, I'm falling over everything today. There is no difference. Yeah, it's so true, man. That's what I mean. For your friends, me, no, I'm just passionate about it. It's not getting me mad because it's more. Well, it is, but only for the stupid. Yeah, I'm not denying it though. But they will be like, no, I don't get angry. No. Me, I'm like, well, yeah, I have a feelings, I have emotions. Guess what? We're human beings. It's incredible. Try it sometime. But it's just the stupidity in it. I'm not getting angry. I'm just trying to bring awareness to it because people think it's cool. People like, he cooked, bro. How do you cook when you sit there afterwards and go, mummy, I don't want a juice bar? It's not getting angry. That made earlier. I had a shit morning. Woke up, 2 hours sleep. I listened to that. Made my day. I've smiling all day since. It's been wonderful. I'm like, you ain't living that down, mate. And the thing is it's everything here is it's unclipped, unwritten. The same goes. But I'm not gonna say anything that sounds like stupid. And if I do, I just own it. It's like, yeah. But like me, because of their whole attitude and their persona, they can't live up to that. I can live up to my fair years. I've got videos where I'm falling on my ass and hitting my head on the skateboard because skateboarders are more humble than someone who's just trying to scam teens on Bitcoin. This is a fact, right? Go check it. Go watch, I don't know, Rodney Mullen.
One of the most humble people you've ever seen in any industry ever. He made most skateboard tricks and he's still like, nah, man, I'm sure other people come along and, you know, made this. No, bro, you done that. If it wasn't for you, we probably wouldn't be nowhere near where we are with skating. He's a godfather of skating. He's a legend. He's an icon. That's actually providing something. That's actually doing something. That's actually changing. It's innovating. But they're just degrading, downgrading, and making people stupid believe this. Oh, honestly. So it is funny because, you know, because they say it with their chests when they're on the live, but then they shit their pants a little when it's in real life. That's what he says in the song. It's true because when Louis Theroux is like questioning him, he's like, I don't know what to say. I'm like, huh? How can you not be prepared with answers? Like, if you know you so well, if you are the top dog, the alpha, the G, how is anybody gonna make you freeze up with a question? Oh, but he did. Louis Theroux, look at the guy. He is a proper gangster. That guy's been in some danger. He's gone to Johannesburg with part of my family. That's crazy. It's violent down there, right? It's where part of my family live. He's gone in dangerous situations. And this guy's just like, yeah, fair enough. He's a little bit frightened sometimes, but he's still gone through it, right? That's proper. I would just say way more manly than just sitting there reading a stream saying, "Mummy, I don't want a juice bar." But hey, each their own and whatever you want to believe. That's it, bro. Mental tool to keep yourself level. Yeah, I get what you mean slightly because I keep talking. I'm sorry, but I was going to say it's quite funny you say with the mental tool. Other people, sometimes this is a bad thing, but sometimes you can do this in life. You can look at other people and kind of use it as like you should. I always judge myself and myself yesterday, but occasionally, if you're ever feeling really down, just be like, well, at least I'm not like that. At least I'm not doing this. Because there's always someone else that's doing worse than you. You shouldn't be like, I'm better off than somebody else, because I think that's wrong. But I think it's okay to be like, well, I'm a nicer person than this person. I know that for a fact. That's just horrible. And I don't even know how to describe it. But as I said, I don't want people to think I'm getting mad about it. I'm mad because it's an injustice. But I also find it so incredibly funny that they think that shit goes slide. Because I am willing to go to jail for my missus, and I think a lot of men are. They like people don't understand that. So what is over here like a war revolution? I know I'm not saying to women like, do you need our help? It's happening regardless. Not to help, but I mean my partner's not. You know what I mean? If someone came for that, like you know what I mean, to try and take her away or like in any scenario, but bro, you better. Because I don't know what it is. It's just different upbringing, different mindset, no frontal lobe. It's a combination. But I also feel like that's just me. But there's a lot of guys who, you know, you mess with their primal. It's like primal. You mess with something they love. That part of their brain switches off anyway. You don't need to go through all this shit I went through when I was a kid or like homeless. It just happens. Trust me. There's so many videos like, you know, guys jump in and say something. It's incredible, you know, displays of heroicness really. And it's not even for self. Like, you know, you can tell it's like there's moments I've seen videos like they're like almost hesitating, and it's purely because you've got your own life to think about maybe in the moment as well. But they're not doing. They know there's no camera. They're not doing it for hero flipping. You know, to be like brandished labeled hero or whatever. It's like they always say, like women want to be heard and listened to. So my partner says anyway. Where men want to take action, and that is just very, I feel like primal. That runs very deep. You see all those memes where it's like how men want to go out, and it's like this glory and this battle and stuff like that. And there is an element of truth to it. Men do want to, and I think that's what society tells us. You know, you over years and years, and you know, you've got to go out like a warrior if you're not this, and it's. I think like that chivalry, that's where it ends. Open the door, offer to hold the bags. You know what I mean? That's what you do. There's a video where you see guys just like letting the women push the baby and hold all the bags. Like, bro, what are you doing, man? She had a baby for 9 months. The least you can do is now push it in your pram. Like, do you know what I mean? Seriously. Some men actually, I was like, it doesn't happen me, but I'm like, how was she not just flipping, like, pushed you off a cruise yacht? And like, oh, wow, he disappeared. I don't know where he went. Oh, well. Sad times. I mean, seriously. What's funny is back in the Victorian times was when the most female serial, I don't know if I can say that word, was around. I wonder why. Because it was rife that men were just so nasty to women. Of course they're going to dump your body in the flipping Thames. I mean, don't be an ass. I mean, I feel like that's what David was saying. We're all human beings. We have like a limit. I definitely know my limit, and I don't expect anybody else to be any different. And I just feel like that's why people are so. It's emotional immaturity because you don't understand that other people have feelings too. It's crazy, and I know we only experience our life through our eyes, but it doesn't mean we're the only like main. It's like main character energy in it. I really recommend people go have an ego death. That's what I do. Go to a country where it's legal. If you're an adult, you know, go see a therapist and you're good. Maybe I don't know. Just yeah, people. Look, yeah, you're right. There doesn't know me like. But like I said, if I was just to sit here and not talk about injustices, I feel like that's a massive injustice in itself. I don't know if people agree with that. I think if I don't point out things I think are wrong, like neo-Nazism, anti-Semitism, all these things, I'm like, bro, like, because if it's the way around, it's wrong, right? People go, oh, but white bread. Well, I'm not white bread. My family's from South Africa. Half my family are mixed, and then I've got family from Romania too, and they came over. Like, I'm literally the first. Well, my brother, apart from my brother, but out from my mum and my dad, I'm the first one to be born in the UK, right? So it's a case of like, what do you call me? Like, I'm like, my family immigrated over here. So, but it's not even that whole thing of like, you're just a patriotic British person. I don't feel bonded to anywhere at all, like really. Home's where the heart is, but if I see an injustice, I point it out. I'm not going to be like, I don't know, quiet about it, because that's my whole life on repeat, and I'm done with it. You know what I mean? People even said I should stand for like, no way, like not like so like maybe a mayor or something, not president, not president, sorry, prime minister or something. But I mean, I'd love to, but look at me. It just wouldn't happen. I just feel like it's so obvious what I do is like, right, do you like each other? No. Right, piss off, stay away from each other. Cool. Do you like each other? Cool. You can stay together. Do you like each other? Cool. Like, there needs to be a council and there needs to be a rotating power system just so people don't get corrupt. Just like in the US where you can't serve more than two senators or whatever, it's meant to be 2 terms, isn't it? It should be the same, like 1, less than that. You know what I mean? Like, you have a year, you don't have major authority, it's like spread between multiple people. And if one person starts, there needs to be like a form and a thing that people have to check weekly for mental clarity. And if you are starting to, like, say if there's any signs of like you're losing the plot, then you have time off, you have a break, so you're not in charge of a system that's controlling the world. They're like so many aspects you could work it from. Like, really. I mean, they could also tell people like, yeah, the world is very populated, so they could just tell like how you do a cat. It's so dumb, man. They do it on purpose. It's by design because it could easily be solved. That's why I'm like, what's the point? Do you know what I mean? Because I mean, I get a seat in Parliament. You can actually buy into a seat, especially if you have a business or you're more well known. And I would do that. I was imagine me going in with my comfies, not dressed in a suit at all, like just nothing. How am I going to do my hair? Like, slick it back? I don't want options out there. But my point is, yeah, it's just it's dumb, and I feel like it's easily solvable. It really is. Anyway, I'm going to be back in a minute, guys. I'm going to go have a ciggy because I can't sit down now. I get really impatient. Oh, sorry, 1 second. Oh, right. Well, fair play. I have a partner, so it's cool. But yeah, guys, I'm just getting so fed up with this injustice everywhere. I'm not left or right, Lib or Democrat. I'm nothing. Because all of them bring issues, right? If you can't listen to one person or the other person, you're both just as bad as each other. That's it, right? There's injustices everywhere. And I now actually dissociate from it. I'm done. Right, I'm going to go walk the dog. I'll come back. I'll have a fingerboard, show you some new graphics I've got dropping off this week. When I say dropping off, I'm dropping, because obviously I design the graphics. Because I think that's what messes people up. I'm like, I've got new boards coming this week. People think I order the boards in, rather than know like I actually make the boards here. So, slight difference. But anyway, peace, love. I will edit a video as well. In the meantime, I'm also going to go and order some more wood. But yeah, I hope to see you all. Well, it's gone very dark now. I hope to see you all. No, I'm not swiping away on the message, actually. I'm about to come onto it now. That's why I'm coming off. Because I can't end the live because the off button's up there. Let me screenshot it. Oh, right, anyway, I appreciate the support, everybody. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll be back on in about 15, 20 minutes maybe. I don't know really, because the time's gone so quick today. It's already 11. Anyway, yeah, peace, love. I'll catch you all in the next one.